All right. All right, all right, all right. Are we ready to go racing? It looks like we are live. Are we live? Did it go live? Looks like it went live. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in. Xfinity Series action here from Talladega Super Speedway. Let's see. They're going up to Coleman Presley in the spotters stand. It is live. Audio good. Awesome. Good to know. Dale Jr.'s car is saying hello. Hi, Jr.'s car. Starting 10th today, the greatest driver in all of NASCAR, Brett Moffitt. Channel Homer. Interesting top 10 for starting. I mean, we have Parker Retzlaff, Jade Buford, Anthony Alfredo, Jeb Burton, and Brett Moffitt in the top 10. Like, that's a pretty shocking top 10. Oh, I guess we're doing another commercial break before the green flag. Okay. All right, well, whatever floats your boat there, NASCAR. I guess we'll just have to deal with it. All right, so looking at the standings, Brandon Jones is currently the last guy in the playoffs. He's got a 6-point advantage on Parker Kligerman. Just keeping an eye on that because Parker Kligerman could potentially win this year to get in, but he is the guy I think has a shot to break into the top 12. I would love for Brett Moffitt to be able to get up there. I think he can get up to 13th to battle with Parker, but that's about where I see it stopping without the help of a win. Feel like it'll be the best race of the weekend? Yeah, I agree. I think these Cup cars need a lot of work on super speedways, and they have yet to make adjustments, so I do think we're probably setting up for a pretty mediocre Cup race. But it'll be what it'll be. I guess we'll just have to take it in and make our judgments from that, I guess. Not much else we can do, right? Great news, everybody. Just so you know, Chase Elliott returns this weekend. I mean, he was back last weekend too, but he also returns this weekend. So I'm going to make an extra advertisement about it. Alright, I got some tires fell to the ground. See, kind of sorting through a stack of stuff I got sitting on my desk here. Old tickets and stuff, too. I mean, there's a chance for some good stuff. I think the problem is you only have 2 usable lanes is the frustrating part. It's not really that the drivers are going to not do anything, but the fact that they can only do so much due to that fact. All right, I think we're finally getting ready to go green. All right, still waiting for the race to get rolling here. Gonna move a couple seats around. Slide this over here. I believe that's a spark plug. Don't need that over here. There we go. Now we got some room over here. Alrighty, we're finally getting ready to go green. Golly, race says it's supposed to start at 3 o'clock. It's 3:20. Okay. Finally, it is time to go green. Coming down to the green flag. It's going to be Austin Hill leading them there. Sheldon Creed on the outside. And it's going to be Nemechek and Retzloff in row 2. The green flag is in the air, and off we go from Talladega. I just worked from 3:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. Oh, my word. You are exhausted. But racing comes first. Racing knows no end. Currently side-by-side up front. The bottom lane seems to have more cars in it, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the faster lane, because right now they're both still side-by-side. Creed to the lead, so Creed is cleared up top. Does he jump down in front of his teammate and try to lead both lanes? Hey, welcome in, Diecast Cars 1, Games 2. That's a good name. So Creed's got the lead. Now it's going to be side-by-side for second. Not for long. Here comes Retzloff with a huge push from Alfredo. He's going to be up. He's past the leader, but is he going to lead at the line after a side draft? Creed leads lap 1. Or no, Retzloff. By 1/1000th of a second. Retzloff leads lap 1. So the outside lane appears to have all the momentum at the moment. Question is, are they going to stay patient or are they going to start moving around? Retzloff now slides down in front of Sheldon Creed. Meanwhile, the outside lane, you've got Alfredo, Jeb Burton, and Brett Moffitt on the top 3 on that middle lane. It's a middle, but it's the only lane on the outside at the moment. All right, yep. Retzloff went to the bottom. Alfredo now up to the lead, and we're not watching it. Ugh, Fox, I hate their camera work so bad. I really hate their camera work. By the way, Alfredo's the leader. Okay, now they'll show it. Thank you. I don't know why they were so obsessed with showing the middle of the pack while there's literally a side-by-side battle for the lead. I hate to be this Debbie Downer, but my gosh, this is where it's just frustrating. Like, come on. Show us what we want to see, which is the race. Ugh. Brett Moffitt up to 5th. Heck yeah. Meanwhile, they are 3 wide back in the pack. The third lane has formed. Enjoy it today. We aren't going to have it tomorrow, but the third lane is coming up on the high side. Oh, down to the bottom. Jeb Burton's going to go low. So Jeb Burton dives to the bottom, so does Anthony Alfredo. That leaves the top lane up, but they keep their momentum rolling. They're still in the top 5. So on lap 4 right now, Anthony Alfredo is the leader. Jeb Burton second, Retzloff third, Moffitt 4th. What is going on in the top 5 in Xfinity? I mean, look at that top 5. Fox, can you show it? Okay, I was trying to see what was going on. It looks like, who is that? Jeb. Jeb went from the bottom to the top looking for the lead. The 78 went with him really high, opened up the bottom lane. Retzloff went by, and the whole time Fox was zooming in on the 5th place car's bumper. This is what I tell Fox, zoom out a little bit. Why are you so obsessed with showing one car? Oh, that is infuriating. Yep, so there's still 3 wide battling, and they're zooming in on Josh Berry's spoiler now. Wow, okay. My standards for broadcasting is too high. I expect them to show us what's on the track happening. I think the score is messed up, or we have a pass for the lead. I can't tell. Because they're showing a stupid onboard camera. No? We're not going to see it? Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll just continue to show that then. There we go. Yeah, Alfredo has gone to the lead. Sammy Smith now goes to the bottom with help from Derek Kraus. Derek Kraus already up to the front. Good job in that colleague number 10. All right, we're still showing green at the moment. So Alfredo and Jeb Burton side by side for the lead. Jeb does not have a lot of help with him, though, and he is kind of by himself there in the middle lane. Meanwhile, the battling going on behind Jeb. Jeb does not make it to the bottom for the block. He's going down the middle. Oh, Sammy Smith dives to the middle, but there's no one there to help him. Dude, I'm telling you, this Xfinity field is stacked. I mean, this Xfinity field is fast. I'm shocked at how well some of these guys are doing. I mean, Retzloff seems to have a legitimately fast car. Ooh, Moffitt getting a little squirrely on the front end of Justin Allgaier here. So right now, it's Alfredo, Moffitt, and Allgaier up top. Down low, it's Kraus and I believe that's Jeb Burton are the two on the bottom. And then Sammy Smith and Herbst are the first cars in the middle, but they are noticeably about 5 cars back of those leaders. So now it is going to be down low. Hemrick, Burton, and Retzloff on the very bottom. Creed has now been shuffled to the middle. Sammy Smith going to try and get to the back bumper and help him there. Ooh, slams the door, Hemrick does. Wow, that was a real shot. I mean, he had a huge head of steam, and Hemrick just slammed the door, causes Moffitt. He jumps out of line and goes to the bottom to try and keep that spot, keep the momentum rolling. So now it's Moffitt on the bottom with Hemrick and Alfredo up top. Middle guy is now Jeb Burton, I believe. Did Joey Logano just call Brad Keselowski Bradley? It's kind of funny. All right, to the bottom now goes Daniel Hemrick. He's going to run the bottom lane. Oh, Jeb Burton's pushing Moffitt. That makes me so nervous. It's a good push, but man, does that make me nervous. Just not Jeb Burton. I have bad memories of those two. Not those two, just getting one car constantly getting wrecked by the same one. All right, but as they went to the bottom and went to the lead, Hemrick up front. It'll be Moffitt second, and it'll be Burton third. As they come back around, they have all migrated back to the top lane. Let's see, are we getting a single file run going here? The good news is, if they start going single file, there's only 14 to go in the stage, so they can't go for a very long time before the stage is going to come to an end. And we're under commercial. Well, not the worst time for a commercial, but, you know, still. Yeah, no, he said Bradley, so I thought that was a little interesting. I was like, well, hold on a minute. I haven't heard that one. All right, so we're underway at Talladega. Austin Hill, pole sitter, has fallen to 13th. Sheldon Creed to 6th. Jade Buford is down to 21st. So a lot of movement going on, of course. Now let's see, who are our guys out back? The guys that are just riding and kind of staying out of trouble. Looks like Josh Williams on back. So Josh Williams, Cole Custer, those guys are those guys on down on the running board here are definitely going to be looks like hanging back today, just trying to get to the end of the race. All right, so I can't really see anything happening, but at the moment I'm not seeing anything that tells me. I don't see anything telling me that there's a battle for the lead. It looks like everyone's about the right distance apart. Maybe Sheldon Creed will be the first car on the bottom. Be nice if I could just watch the race, but commercial-free option for NASCAR would be amazing. All right, we're still showing all green out front. Said the first car that appeared to be out of line was Sheldon Creed. He's now up to 4th, so that bottom lane might be making some ground up. Getting a little bit closer to the front. When they get back, they better go to the end of the stage because it's only 9 laps, which is literally 9 minutes. By the time they get back, I assume maybe 12 to 15, but either way, there's that. If that's not enough time, I don't know what is. Sheldon Creed has gone to the lead, so the bottom lane has clearly picked up some speed somewhere because Sheldon Creed went from all the way back there to the lead, so I'm not even sure how he got there because everyone else is in line still. Oh, maybe Retzloff. Yeah, it might have been Retzloff with him. Retzloff, I'm telling you, that 31 and 27 for Jordan Anderson Racing are very quick today. Yep, that is exactly what happened. Retzloff and Creed on the bottom. So yeah, that bottom lane got moving, got some good momentum rolling. Now the question is, what happens up top? Austin Hill has now migrated to 3rd, and he will move up to the top lane. So they have all taken that top lane away, and now the first car on the bottom lane, oh boy, they are going backwards. They are getting freight train now. It's the 19 of Ryan Truex and Jeb Burton down on the bottom. $11 laps to go in the stage when they come around. Hey, TRS. Chandler Smith now. He had a big run down low. He's making a run for the lead. Top lane, though, all stacked up. They've got a good run down the backstretch. Going to shove Creed and Hill out in front. Oh, here goes. Who is that? That is one of the colleague cars, I believe. Hemrick went to the middle, but he didn't have any help. Meanwhile, Chandler Smith slides up right past his teammate and leaves him hanging in the middle. So the front 4, about front 5 now, are almost clear. So the front 4 are currently clear, and it's 3 wide for 5th. This has been fantastic. I'm telling you, Xfinity car is supreme. It's just the supreme car. Nine to go in the stage. Creed, Hill, Smith, Retzloff, and Moffitt up front. Oh, here we go. Chandler Smith looks to the bottom. Meanwhile, it's 4 wide for 4th. Retzloff was leaving himself about a car length off the wall. Moffitt fills the gap, and Retzloff is going to the back. He kept dipping off the edge of the wall. I kept looking at it and seeing that was a little risky. I thought it was going to potentially lead to an offset bumper, and it turns out it's just going to lead to him going to the back. Big run on the top. Nice push from Brett Moffitt. So it's going to be Hill and Creed out front. Now it's 2 wide for the 3rd spot. Man, this has been some solid racing. Like they're not all over each other either. They're racing pretty safe. Oh, what was Hill doing? He jumped out of line and jumps back into line. Big checkup on the top lane. That's going to give Chandler Smith a big run down low. I don't know if he had to brake hit or got a little loose there, but he had to jump out of the gas or something, and it allowed that bottom lane to come all the way up. Smith is now side by side for 2nd, but that top lane's got a huge run on the straightaways. So 7 laps to go in the stage. Creed, Hill out front. They're fast down the straightaways, but boy, they appear to struggle in the corners. They can't hold their speed up as high. The ARCA race was dull. I didn't watch much of it. I watched a little bit, but man, it's just, those cars are so neutered down that they can't even run the high lane. They have to just run single file around the bottom. It's dull. I mean, they got to get, I don't know, they got to do something. Those cars just, they're better than that. They got to be able to do more than that. All right, looking on the bottom, who is that down there? Jeb Burton all by himself on the very bottom lane. Meanwhile, Hill pushes Creed way out in front. They're like 5 car lengths clear of everybody else. Yeah, Frankie Muniz is leading the ARCA points. What does that tell you about ARCA right now? No offense to Frankie Muniz or anything, but it's just like, oh boy, the state of ARCA right now. But then again, there are no veterans in ARCA. Everyone's just a teenager, so I mean, maybe that's not abnormal that it's, all non-experienced. Wow, that's a tight block. Who is that? Jeb Burton just absolutely blocked Brandon Jones. That was risky. All right, Chandler Smith now side by side for the lead. Hemrick with help. And, it's 3 colleague cars on the bottom. They've gotten organized. And here is Cole Custer. That's Cole Custer, right? Yeah, that's Cole Custer up into the top 10. I thought he was riding by himself back there. He's coming for stage points. He's not satisfied with just running 30th. Looks like he does want to score some points today. Ooh, Jeb Burton got shuffled in the middle. Wow, there are cars all over the place. Are they 4 wide? Yep, that's it. They are 4 wide. 4 wide in turn 1. Big side draft from Sheldon Creed there. Four laps to go. Oh boy, do I hope they make it to the stage. I really don't want to see a bunch of good cars tore up in wrecks. Oh, 3 wide. Now Allgaier picks the middle. Oh my goodness. It doesn't seem to be like... There doesn't seem to be any dominant lane. It is just whoever goes, whoever. It's 3 wide for the lead. Now it's Creed and Allgaier out front. The JRM cars have found their way to the middle lane. Coming around to 2 to go in the stage. Meanwhile, hard side draft from Creed. He's going to then jump up and get help from the teammate. Jeb Burton goes up the middle. He just continues to go forward. It doesn't seem to matter if he's got help or not. That is a fast 27 car. To the very bottom lane goes Allgaier. He's got help. Is it enough help, though? Yep, side by side for the lead. Allgaier on the bottom, Creed up top. Burton and Hill on in tow. Oh boy, is it getting tight up front. Wow, that was tight. Two laps to go. Allgaier out front, trying to lead it as they come to the final lap, or the, I guess I don't want to say white flag, but last lap of the stage starting now. Josh Berry going to swing it 3 wide to the high side. No help there. Burton going to go all the way to the wall. He's going to make it stick. He's going to get a run on. Allgaier. Allgaier's going to block all the way to the double yellow. Huge run from Jeb Burton there. Is he clear? No, he's not. Allgaier's still there. Creed going to dive it back inside. It's going to probably be between Allgaier and Creed. Coming to the end of stage 1, it's going to be Justin Allgaier getting the win for stage 1 as they all get to the line safely. No wreck, thank goodness. Boy, that bottom lane really came to life later on in the stage. That got a little testy, but I mean, everyone still gave themselves plenty of room. You could see later on in that Cole Custer, Anthony Alfredo, those guys, they dove back. They said, all right, we are not getting involved in this. It is not worth, stage points to go get wrecked. So a lot of guys getting stage points. Allgaier, Creed, Mayer, Burton, Hill, Kligerman, Truex, Smith, Berry, and Herbst getting stage points in stage 1. Whew! What a race. This has been fantastic. Yeah, a big sigh of relief, 100%. What a stage. That was some great racing. Remind me again why we didn't just make this the Cup car. Like, seriously, somebody's going to have to tell me why we didn't just make that into the Cup car. I have to be missing something, because that racing was incredible. Alrighty. Okay. Yep, so they'll be coming around, probably making pit stops here in another lap or so. The second stage, I believe, is another 25 lapper, so there'll be 50 laps, and then the last stage will be, let's see, 50 to 113, that's going to be 50 plus 13 is 63? 63. So the last stage will be 63 laps. I don't even know if they need fuel in that. I think they do, though. Yeah, they do, because 25, 25, and I think they can go about 40 on fuel or something. Maybe it's 35, so they'll need at least one pit stop in stage number 3. You mean the COT? Yeah, it's an adjusted COT. They corrected all the flaws of the COT. Shortened up the splitter, shortened up the spoiler, a lot less downforce, gave it, really durable body. It's just a really, really refined version of the COT. I always thought they punted on that car too early. I thought at the end of 2012 when they said, we're changing the car again, I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. That car was doing pretty darn good. Oh, I guess they're going to wait another lap to pit. All right, well, we're still waiting. 2014 was better than any COT season? I don't know about that. I think people look at the 2014 season with a bunch of rose-colored glasses because of the resurgence of Jeff Gordon more than anything. Honestly, I don't think the racing was insane. You know, if you look at 2011, I think 2011 might have been one of the greatest seasons in NASCAR history. You know, frankly, go even to the Daytona 500. You know, 2014, here's the thing. 2014 was a big resurgence year for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon. Very popular drivers. But that being said, the actual races that those guys won weren't that crazy. You go to 2011, and you go look at some of the races that there were between Kyle Busch and Jeff Gordon at Phoenix. The Daytona 500 with Trevor Bayne. That was incredible. You know, Paul Menard winning a fuel mileage race at the Brickyard. Marcus Ambrose got his first win at Watkins Glen. Regan Smith won the Southern 500 on old tires. Like, there was just so many great races. And, man, the Coke 600. How can we forget? Dale Earnhardt Jr. ran out of gas coming out of Turn 4. Like, 2011 was a very, very good season. And 2014 was not a bad year by any stretch. They still had the nice high horsepower. But remember, Bristol was just a ring around the top in 2014. 2011, it was kind of a ring around the top, but just had a little bit more adjustment in there. What else was there in 2014? 2014 had pretty good Brickyard, but because Jeff got out front. But again, once the guy settled out, who's in front, who's in back, that was kind of it. There wasn't a lot of movement after that. I'm trying to think who else. Championship Battle 2011. Oh, good grief. What am I supposed to say about that? Literally anyone could win a COT plate race. Yeah, I mean, the thing was, the COT plate races, honestly, I don't remember a single one of them that was dull or a stupid wreck fest. I mean, I shouldn't say it. 2012 was a wreck fest, but most of the other ones, when they had tandem racing, they weren't wrecking constantly. I think Moffitt also took 2. You don't gain 9 spots by taking 4. There's no way. I've seen his pit crew all year. No way. Today's plate racing is definitely more luck than anything else. I mean, to be completely honest, all you have to do is look at the Daytona 500. You have a first-time winner last year, Michael McDowell the year before, Ricky Stenhouse this year. You know, I haven't seen the cream rise to the top like you did in the Gen 7 or the Gen 6 era. But that being said, I mean, I feel like the Gen 5 era, it was guys like Hamlin, Keselowski that were winning those plate races. Boyer won a few of them. I don't know. I just think the COT era, had they just refined the car a lot like what we currently have in Xfinity, they would have had a very solid racing product. All they had to do is reshape a few of the noses and kind of massage on the car and fix a couple key areas, and boom, there you go. Now it works. Are these guys staying out, or are they just coming in the next lap? 'Cause that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's Ryan Sieg? Where is he? 35th. Not crashed, though. That's the big news. Not crashed, so we're okay. We're acting like Stenhouse didn't win plate races. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't win plate races, but the way he won Daytona was, you know, that was a race of attrition. You know, he didn't get up front until literally the very end of the race when all the leaders were getting wrecked. So I think there's a certain element of that we have to look at because, if you look at with 2 to go in the race, the leader was Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, and Chris Buescher. Those were the best guys all day. Those 4 guys. But then after cautions, Busch got wrecked, Dillon got wrecked, Keselowski got wrecked. I think Buescher may have stayed okay-ish, but, it's like all the leaders getting wrecked at the end, and then other guys end up in front. I don't know that means that they were better that day necessarily. So that's part of the issue is when you pack when you try to make the pack so tight together that they're literally shoving each other at every moment of the racetrack, it just seems like it's more of a gimmick than anything else. You're not manipulating air, you're just needing pushes from the guys behind you. You don't have to do as much out front, which again just makes it more luck-based than the Gen 6 was. It doesn't mean you can't, it doesn't mean you don't, it doesn't mean that the other eras didn't have luck. They all have luck. There's just a little bit more luck to the current era super speedway racing. Don't worry, Austin Hill will be back at the front. His car's too good to hang out too far in the back. If Dave Blaney won the 2012 500, would people be saying he just got lucky because Montoya and the jet dryer? I think, yeah. Yeah, I guarantee you that would be what they're saying. It's the same. It's honestly, it's the same, if not maybe worse than Justin Haley in 2019. Nobody's looking at Justin Haley's win in 2019 acting like he won the race with his driving. That was literally one of the worst cars to ever win the race because it literally couldn't even stay wide open around the racetrack. It was so badly set up. But you stay out at the right time, sometimes you just get lucky. Josh sped 2. Oh, okay. We got a couple of them headed to the back. Yep, so a lot of those cars came in the second time around, just wanted to not be involved with any type of traffic on pit road. Ryan Truex, Justin Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek, and Brett Moffitt will lead in the front 2 rows. Dennis Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith in the 3rd row. Burton, Herbst, Jones, and Hemrick round out our top 10. As we get ready to go back racing here, hopefully fairly soon. See, now this is... I gotta go look here and see. But this is what drives me a little bit nuts. I'm gonna go into my Twitter machine quick. Where is Bob? It has been over 10 minutes since the stage ended. 10 minutes. Just for a record, the halftime in an NFL game is 15 minutes. So if NASCAR really wants to look at how to continue or to make the racing stay good, I'm going to propose eliminating stage cautions. These long 10, 15-minute breaks in the middle of races, I mean, I'm getting bored. Like, if I have anything, I'm a huge race fan, so I'm not turning the channel. However, if I'm a guy that's really interested in Stanley Cup playoffs or NFL football or whatever, giving me 10 minutes to choose to flip to something else and start, consuming that content instead, that's not a good way to go about things. It's like taking someone shopping in Target and then just saying, well, here, I want you to shop here, but I'm going to walk you through Walmart first. It's like you're not helping yourself by giving people reasons to go other places. All right, now we're coming back to the green. Wow, they ran 5 freaking caution laps during that stage. Only 20 laps total. I don't know. Seems like these stage breaks have overstayed their welcome. They're taking up too much time. Green flag is in the air. Truex high, Allgaier low. Nemechek high, Moffitt low for the 2nd row. And boy, we got a tight group up top. Good drafting help for Truex. Nemechek right on the bumper. Moffitt not quite closed up to Allgaier yet. That being said, Allgaier held his ground very nicely there. Two by two up front. Cole Custer, the first one to peek out of line to the high side. Now comes Hemrick. No, that's Kraus, sorry. I think, or is that Hemrick? No, that is Hemrick. I was right. Okay, now we're starting to see him fan out. Creed now to the high side, so it's 2 by 2, then Creed high. Now Nemechek floats high. That's going to give a big advantage to Justin Allgaier. I say that, but it doesn't appear to be true because he's still all by himself on the outside. He's looking to lead the lap. I think he's going to do it. I think he did. Nope. Yeah, no, Truex led the lap. He had no help through all of 3 and 4 and led the lap. Well, that is a good car. So 8 laps into the second stage. Allgaier, Truex, Moffitt, Herbst. Austin Hill and Anthony Alfredo sliding high. They're going to leave Chandler Smith in the middle. There's still a gap, but Smith's not going to fill it. So now we have 2 extreme lanes. We have an extreme high lane and an extreme low lane. A few cars in the middle, but for the most part, they have separated into 2 distinct lanes as they hit the backstretch. Oh, here he comes. Come on, lead the lap. I know there's no bonus points for it, but it's a pride thing. Lead it. Lead it. Yes! Lap led. Woohoo! To the lead. My homerism is showing. So right now it's going to be Moffitt and Sammy Smith, the Iowa boys, down low. And then we got Allgaier and Truex up high. Moffitt clears for the lead and slides up. He will hold the lead now on Justin Allgaier. Now Allgaier is going to go low. He's going to go all the way from the top to the bottom. Oh, the racing has been great. He's got a big gap, though. That 25 is going to have a run. Question is, does he stay in line or does he go back for the lead? He's going to go for the lead. Here comes Herbst now with help down below. So 3 cars now on the bottom. And you got Allgaier and Truex at the very top. These cars are fairly spread out. Well, here come the Fords to the bottom. You've got Moffitt on the bottom with Herbst and Custer now. 3 Fords at the bottom, and I think that's like the only 3 Fords in the whole field. Oh, 51 has an issue. He is coming to pit road. Looks like a flat left for flat right front. Something looks wrong. No, looks all right on the no flats. But Clements is on pit road. There's a little contact, maybe. Maybe he felt that he felt something in the tires and didn't want to risk it. Good call to not risk it, by the way. If something doesn't feel right, go get your tires because you can live to fight another day. Probably a good call there, but he's going to have to get out. They don't want to sit down here too long. Meanwhile, up front, the Fords on the very bottom of the racetrack have taken control. It's Moffitt and Herbst clear. Side-by-side battle now is Allgaier and Custer, and they are now clear. Brandon Jones in 4th is now clear. The top lane has fallen back a little bit here. Still 13 to go in the stage. Plenty of time. This stage is by no means wrapping up. Ooh, little congested there in the middle. Austin Hill and Jeb Burton. Meanwhile, Brett Moffitt out front. I'm going to enjoy and soak up every moment of this. I'm a little surprised I haven't seen the 21 up front dominating. Oh, Parker Retzloff is in the wall! Anthony Alfredo is wrecked! Oh, no! From the very front of the field. Not the very front, they were running about 8th, but still, those are two very good race cars. What happened here? Of course we missed it because we're under a freaking commercial. Why would we be allowed to watch it? That would be silly. Who else is that down along the inside wall? Looks like the 24. Parker Chase? Is that his name? I don't know what his name is. Man, Anthony Alfredo had an absolute rocket ship today. What a bummer. Oh, they got the 26 fired up and ready to go. He's trying to get by, and he's trying to dodge these safety vehicles that are all coming at him. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, coming on to the backstretch. Oh, gosh, who is that? Who just... Oh, Jeb Burton, shocker. Why am I not even surprised? Jeb Burton just went up and straight up hooked a guy. I mean, look, I'm not saying it was intentional, but it's dumb nonetheless. God, I'm not even sure. Oh, come on. Yeah, the 24 was just in his lane, and the 27 just went up and hit him in the corner panel. I don't know. Like, there's one thing about spotters, but that's not even a spotter issue. The driver needs to see that. He just went up and hit him. What is he doing? God, he is dumb. I'm sorry. I am not a fan. Tears up a lot of race cars. Is that the 27? Yeah, it is. That's 27. Okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't blaming the wrong guy. I'm very quick to blame him. Well, hold on. What's that? I literally can't see it. I need to see that. Who was that? Because I don't know if I saw that right. Showing the 27 and 6, so maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. Who is that? Show me. I can't tell who it was. All right, let's see here. Oh, and there it's an ad, so I can't move anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if that was the 27. That might have been the 16 or the 11. It was somebody with a yellow roof number, which could be the 27, the 11, the 16, the 10, and the 31, but we saw him wreck. So those are the 5 cars I know of that have bright yellow roof numbers. It's got to be one of those 3 cars, because it did have a bright yellow roof number, but I couldn't tell the rest of it. Either way, it was not the 24's fault. He just got hooked. That was... I was going to say I wasn't sure what happened to, I think his name, Parker Chase. But yeah, he did nothing wrong there. He just got caught by that. Jeff says, hasn't won anything in Xfinity. Something Moffitt hasn't done. Are we really going to refer to a rain-shortened Talladega race as a mark of a quality driver? I mean, by that logic, we would be using Justin Haley as a more accomplished driver than Ty Gibbs. I think we're all going to look at that and go, not quite. Heck, Moffitt hasn't won anything in 3 years. Let's see, 2020. Yeah, 2020 he was in the Final Four for trucks, but he only got 1 win that year. He had a pretty rough season. So yeah, he's got 1 truck win in the last 3 years is all. That being said, he wasn't driving for, let's see, where's Jeb run? He's run for Junior Motorsports. He's run for, where did Jeb run? Colleague. With that Colleague car was not as good. Like, the Colleague cars were not stellar. Still better than the 02 car, but not as good as the top front runners. Did Jeb run for? I don't think he ran for Gibbs. I don't remember, honestly. Justin Haley is a respectable driver in terms of how he acts. What? I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. I guess I must have missed the part where he got fined and suspended for being out of the race car or something. Because I don't think I've seen one yet. All right, so under the first caution currently was, I think it might have been, God, I still can't tell who it was. I would really love to know. Was it Hemrick? It might have been Hemrick, because the car looks like it had a white front end. I can't tell. I have to go back and look. Did I see that the Banmere drag strip got sold and the Mile High Nationals will be no more? Oh, man, what did it get sold for? It is the 10. Okay, it was Kraus. I saw it was a yellow number on the roof, so it was Kraus that was the one that just, I don't know, missed. That's on Kraus. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. That's on Kraus 100%. You can't just go up into someone else. Yeah, what is he doing? He's not clear. That was, I don't know what that was. That was just dumb. So yeah, not Jeb, that was Kraus. It's Talladega, so everyone's running their yellow roof numbers today. Except I think Jordan Anderson always has them as well as colleagues. So them bright yellow roof numbers are starting to throw me for a loop. I guess there's one less of them now. Although Retzloff, I think you can continue. We'll see how bad the damage is, but really a bummer for Alfredo. Like I said, that 78 was fast. Top 10 qualifying effort. That thing was good. And just got caught in the wrong place, wrong time. Two very good race cars. Jeremy Clements will be the free pass on this one. Amazon's building a warehouse. Wow. Oh, I hate that how many racetracks keep getting sold off and demolished for freaking parking lots. Although it does show that there is an issue where you have these massive facilities that are quote-unquote worth boatloads of money for property tax reasons, but they can only generate certain amounts of revenue. So at some point, the land they're on has to be valued by what it can produce. But I don't know. It's tough because, the Amazon warehouse is probably going to be more profitable from a dollar standpoint, but, you're obviously losing your Mile High Nationals. So apologize to Jeb. I did. That was not Jeb. That was on Derek Kraus. So not Jeb Burton. Jeb was running 7th. That's why I thought that wasn't him after I saw the running order, because I thought that didn't look quite right. But yeah, so like I said, it is going to be tough to tell because right now, first of all, they're not running their same schemes. The 11, the 10, and the 27 all have yellow roof numbers and are not running like a paint scheme they've run all season, like the 31 has. See what Alfredo's got to say on his interview here real quick. God, what was he doing? I mean, he wasn't even close to clear. He was still like 4 or 5 solid inches like that. I don't think the spotter called him clear. Otherwise, it's either spotter or driver at this point. There's no other in between here. So it's one of them too. So, man, what a bummer. Said Alfredo had a good car today. BJ McLeod Motorsports, they've stepped it up. All right, looks like the Fords could be pulling a team play here. It's going to be Moffitt and Herbst on the front row. and then Custer behind. So they may be pulling something where the 25 gets out in front and then dives down, because the Fords I know work together a lot at Daytona. I was obviously listening to Moffitt's scanner while in the stands. And so there's a good chance that that's their goal here, is they're going to try and get the 25 clear and let him drop down. And he will. Yep, that's exactly it. They did that at Daytona all spring. It was like the Fords were trying to find each other so they could work together in terms of the Stewart-Haas Fords. Did not see a lot of the 39 in that group when they were working at Daytona. So I don't know why that would be specifically, but it has happened. So right now you got 3 Fords on the bottom, 3 JRM Chevys up top. Good push on the bottom. Riley Herbst right to the back of the 25, and out in front they go. So the battle is now side by side for second. Eight to go in the stage. If I'm the Fords, I'm just staying sucked on the bottom. I'm taking 3 cars to the bottom, and I'm staying there. Oh, no. Who is that? Chandler Smith just got Cole Custer shucked up off the bottom. And that's going to send Cole Custer straight backwards. So only going to have a couple of Fords now. Oh, no, that's not. I can't get any of the cars right today. That was actually Jeb. I thought it was... who did I think it was? For some reason, I did not say Jeb. But, who did I thought that was? It was Burton. But anyway, here goes Burton to the high side now. He's going to go for the lead up high. So on the bottom now, it looks like the Fords have been reunited. 25 to 98 in the 00. The 27 and 21 now out front to the lead. I don't think the 21's going to be willing to stay there, though. Oh, big run for the 21. He's going to go low. No, he's going to go high. No, he's going to go back low. They can't make up their mind. Who is that? Sam Mayer? I think that's Sam Mayer. It is. Sam Mayer going to go back up top on Austin Hill. Nemechek with a run up high. All sorts of trash blowing across the front stretch. I'm not sure what's going on up there. There is all sorts of garbage blowing around. It is dirty up there. There are a lot of white and blue cars. Thank you, Brad, for noticing that. There are a ton of just white and blue cars. Allgaier, Sieg, Hill, Mayer, not Burton. Who's the 20 car again? Ooh, that got tight up front. The 21 is down low, but Fox missed it because they were too busy showing something else for some silly reason. Can't tell you why. Now Mayer goes high. It's side by side up front. 3 wide for second. 5 to go in the stage. Oh my word, this is getting wild. The 9's going to dip up high now. Chandler Smith goes up the middle. It's weird, the middle seems to be the place to be. That line continues to go forward. Seems like they push through the middle and then they kind of dive outward from there. Big push from Barry to Chandler Smith. He closes the gap down. Not enough to make a move to the high side. 3 wide all through the pack. Oh, just keep them clean. This is good racing. I don't want to see this pack get smaller. It's too good. On the bottom, it's Truex and Hill. The 19 is right on the back of the 8. Boy, that's tight. Now Barry's going to go high on the 21. Nobody is helping the 21 today. He just continues to, lose every pusher that gets behind him. For whatever reason, they are not sticking with him. Boy, this is some good stuff. Barry now on the bottom. Oh, we got a spin. The 66. Oh, he's going to hit the wall really hard. That was a hard hit. Dexter Stacy, and Blaine Perkins' car is destroyed on the backstretch. Oh, there was a tire bouncing around down there. That was a nasty hit. That is right where the wall jets back out, and he hit that almost head on. That was harsh. Are you serious? Fox, wait to make sure the drivers are okay here. Never mind. We've got ads to sell. Good Lord. That's Fox for you. No need to recap what happened or look for a replay. Their race director is absolute dog crap. I mean, this is pathetic. The fans are literally like, whoa, what happened? Oh, we'll tell you later. Goodbye. It's like, come on. This is terrible. You don't cut to commercial if someone's hurt. You at least get the replay or the gravity of the situation first. Because here's the problem, Jeff. For us right now, we have to sit and wonder for about 5 to 8 minutes if someone's okay. You know, that's our problem. We don't get to know if someone's okay or not. If they say, hey, we're not sure yet, now we're going to send it away. Now you can at least have an idea of, at least they've surveyed the situation. Right now, we have no idea what's happening. Oh, my word. Perkins flipped. Fox missed that. Oh, my word, Fox. So Blaine Perkins flipped somewhere. I don't even know what happened. And, I don't know. I guess we're just not going to know. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it's literally it's their job. If you're Fox, it's literally your job. That's the part that's so annoying. It's not like I'm sitting there saying you need to go above and beyond. It's just do your basic job, which is show us what happened. Man. So Blaine Perkins is okay. Got T-boned by Jade Buford and went airborne, barrel rolling 6 times. Again, we don't know any of this, so they went to red flag conditions. I'm still curious on the 66. He's the one that, I mean, that was a hard hit. Let's see. So yes, we have gone to red flag conditions. I mean, I assume the stage is just going to end here. I can't see a reason to continue to do that. All right, so Perkins is okay. Now we're still waiting for stuff on the 66. Kind of waiting for some info here. Why is my phone on the wrong router? I still got no internet. Reconnect. Okay, let's see if I can get something from Twitter. 66 hit that thing a ton. All right, Blaine Perkins is getting out. He's okay. Holy moly, the rear of the car is gone. God. I cannot believe Fox didn't bother to just look at some stuff first. I mean, holy smokes. Oh, he got loose. Stacy got loose and just, wow-wee, that was close. Oh, this is ugly. Oh, man. That is a huge impact. Oh, my goodness! The 0-2 was absolutely... Oh. Did we miss all of that? So, yeah, he got T-boned, went up in the air. Oh, my goodness. What is that item bouncing down there? And once the tires catch here and here, it's just on. Thank goodness for Hans devices. Look at how many times it rolls before coming back down. What a ride. Holy moly. Yeah, they need a red flag just for cleanup there. So the 66 just looks like he lost it. I mean, may have gone too hard or too fast for what the car was capable of. Could just be got loose, but to lose it all by yourself, man. The good news is it looks like the car took a huge chunk of that impact for the 66. It buckled the whole car in and then missed the rest of the wall by a little bit, or kind of like went off to the side. But look at that wheel just bouncing down the inside. My goodness. So, yeah, they need a red flag just to clean the thing up at this point. I mean, it was like Chase in 2017 in terms of getting airborne, but, I mean, the thing was, it got so much more airborne. Oh! Kaz Gralla hit the tire! Oh, man! He dodged the whole wreck, only for the tire to just come down and clock his car right in the hood and put a big old dent in it. Gosh dang it, that's gotta suck. You're sitting there driving along like, yes, missed the wreck. What is this? Tire just dings it. Wonder if he'll be willing to do an interview for that. So, yeah, that'll be the end of the stage there. So, Jeb Burton will get the stage win. Chandler Smith, Ryan Truex, Josh Berry, Austin Hill 5th, getting stage points. But, man, Austin Hill, I thought he was going to dominate today. Not quite the day I was expecting. Oh, man. All right, so the 66 is okay. They've never actually updated us on that. So, we haven't quite seen that yet. But here's the thing. That hard of a crash, and both drivers got out and walked away. Now, it doesn't mean it didn't hurt, but they got out and walked away. Again, another thing that I don't know if a Cup car can do that. If a Cup car hits that hard and tumbles and does all that, I don't know what it looks like. And that's, I don't know. You give me a reason. Absolutely wild wreck for Blaine Perkins down the backstretch there. Holy smokes. Oh, man. I don't know, man. After watching the racing, the Xfinity car is literally just the better car. I can't think of one thing that the Gen 6 or the Gen 7 does better than the Xfinity car. I mean, I can't think of one. I'm working on it, but I can't. Sounds pretty big. Well, yeah, the 66 got loose, caught the rear of the 02, sending him head on into the outside wall. Got T-boned by the 5, which wasn't crazy hard impacts or anything, but when he got T-boned, it lifted the car in the air and it barrel rolled down the backstretch, absolutely destroying the 02. By no means was it an easy crash, but both drivers were able to get out. The 66 hit the wall darn near head on because of where the wall kind of jets out to let safety vehicles on the track. So, holy moly. Wow, what a wreck. So we're sitting under the red flag at the moment. Yeah, not sure what else you can report on at this point. Holy moly, what a wreck. Coke 600, only about a month away. A little over a month. Two flips in the Xfinity Series. Hey, I'm just going to say it this way. The Xfinity Series may have flips, but they don't have driver injuries. So even though cars have gotten airborne and we've had these big, nasty wrecks, the guys are getting out and walking away. You can't say the same thing about the Cup cars. How many guys missed races last year? Cody Ware missed some. He's missing a lot more now. Kurt Busch still isn't back. Alex Bowman missed a bunch of races. So it's hard to say that the Xfinity car isn't literally superior in every way. The racing's better. The paint schemes look better because they can actually put the number where it belongs. 5-lug pattern, love that. Not necessarily making it better. Tire wear, better. Expense, better. They're cheaper cars. Otherwise, they wouldn't race them if they weren't, if they weren't that expensive. Holy smokes. I'm really glad everyone's all right. I'm a little frustrated that we that Fox didn't at least show us what happened before they went to commercial. Like I said, there was a huge crash, and they just flipped. And it's like, I kind of get it, but fans at least need to know what happened. That's the problem. Is you need to say, here's what happened. We're going to go to commercial until we know everyone's okay. That's good. That's fine. But, you know, the fact that it was like, holy smokes, we don't even know what happened. I looked on Twitter and find out, hey, he barrel rolled. He did what? I missed all that. So what happened in 07 to 09? Yeah, I mean, Michael McDowell's hit at Texas. He didn't get hurt. He got out and walked away from that insane wreck in qualifying. So it's like, I don't know. How am I supposed to say COT supremacy? Is that what we need to call this? Xfinity car supremacy? Dexter Stacy is out of the care center. He is not only okay, he is all good. Yeah, you pretty much just missed the corner there, buddy. Took the air from you. Dude, you missed the... I don't know if that guy needs to be out there racing, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh, good. I saw the safer barrier move pretty hard there, but... he took the air off you. You changed lanes, buddy. Like, I don't know about that. How about we go back to the Gen 4? Gen 4 wasn't quite as safe. That's why I think the Gen 5 is the right option. Like I said, they just had to refine it. The Gen 5 racing wasn't actually bad. They just needed to refine the car a little bit. The problem was when the Cup Series, even in 2012, had that car, they still had too much downforce. The amount of downforce on an Xfinity car now versus a Cup car in 2012 is like less than half. So if they had done that with back when they had 900 horsepower, oh my goodness, can you imagine the racing? Imagine Michigan going off into the corner at like 200 and then having to slow down to like 140 and then get back up to speed because the car has like no grip. All right, looks like the cars are going to be refiring here soon, getting ready to keep going. It looks like they have gotten the repairs done. Yet after 01, nobody did. Yes, but Sterling Marlin got injured. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s injury was related to more the soft wall, I want to say. The concussions. Remember, I mean, there were guys getting concussions and injuries and stuff still. It just, they weren't fatalities. And even to have the fatality, it did almost take the perfect storm. Now, that being said, that Michael McDowell wreck in a Gen 4, I don't know if he makes it through that. Ryan Newman's wreck in 21 in a Gen 4 car, I would be tough to say that that's going to work. People got hurt in the Gen 6 as well. I mean, yeah, Newman got hurt, but, I mean, it literally took a collision directly to the driver's side window. Okay, track surface repair, they still say. Yeah, like I said, I think the Gen 5 car was just a really, really well-rounded race car. It has all the safety improvements of a Gen 6 with the actual racing quality of these Xfinity cars. Like, man, I can't think of one place where the Xfinity cars raced really badly. I mean, like, really badly. Like, I mean, maybe you could argue Atlanta, they weren't quite as good, but, I mean, the racing was still pretty decent. So, I mean, I don't know. These cars, they just race good everywhere. Xfinity cars are just good. They're just a good, solid car. Gen 6 was near perfect. For safety, yes. I definitely agree for safety. But in terms of race quality, no. The Gen 6 was far from perfect. That being said, yeah, don't get me wrong, people have gotten hurt in every single generation of race car. Except for 07 to 12. I have to remember if anyone got hurt on the racetrack from 2007 to 2012. I mean, Carl flipped into the fence. We had, obviously, massive wreck with Tony Stewart going up and over at Talladega. Jeff Gordon and Elliott Sadler both had massive crashes at either Vegas and Pocono, a couple of really nasty ones. And that Elliott Sadler one, to this day, the fact that we've never seen a full replay of what happened there at Pocono is kind of crazy because, I mean, that might be the hardest crash in literal NASCAR history, what Elliott Sadler went through in 2010. I mean, that thing ripped the motor clean out of the car. Hamlin got hurt in the first year of the Gen 6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking the Gen 5. I'm talking the Gen 5 COT era car, which is what the Xfinity car is I don't want to say based on. It is. It's based on. This is a refined COT, is what they currently run in the Xfinity series. It's a refined COT, and I mean, I'm trying to remember if anyone got hurt in those cars. Trevor Bayne missed. No, that was for a health thing of his own, though. That wasn't racing related. Keselowski flipped. Oh, yeah, Atlanta. Kentucky. Who got hurt at Kentucky? Trying to think. Indy. I don't remember any huge ones at Indy. Obviously, the tire debacle was annoying, but that's a tire issue, not a car issue. Yeah, I literally can't think of any injuries from 07 to 12. 07 to 12. Jeff Gordon Las Vegas had a nasty wreck, but I don't remember an injury from that. I could be wrong. I mean, that was harsh. He hit the opening of the wall there and just destroyed the car. But yeah, if anyone can remember one, let me know. I can't remember any injuries from 07 to 12 in the Cup Series. So if you guys know one, let me know, because I am drawing a blank. That were at least any that were race related. I know there were some injuries that didn't happen on the racetrack, but I can't think of any. Junior got a concussion in the Stewart wreck. Yes, but I think we all know that the concussions were that they were not a prone thing in this EOT. Because once you have a concussion, it's easier to get more and more of them, which is why obviously Junior ended up retiring later on. Because he also got him in the Gen 6 car, and there weren't a ton of people getting him in that car either. So yeah, there is that one. Junior had a concussion in that wreck at Talladega. So there would be that one. I don't think that made him sit out, but even so, he probably shouldn't have raced. So that would be it. So yeah, I mean the history of concussions for Junior almost, I don't want to say it makes it so it wasn't as, it took a little longer to happen, I guess. Still got hurt. I mean, yeah, he still got hurt, but I mean, we still got to be honest about it. If he got hurt in a Gen 6 and a Gen 5 and a Gen 4, you know, it's kind of a, I hate to say it's a driver issue, not a car issue necessarily. Now the next gen car has a bunch of different drivers getting concussions. Well, that's more of a car issue. Jeff Gordon had back problems. Okay. So yeah, the Jeff Gordon back problems. I mean, I couldn't remember him sitting out, but yeah, if he's had that from the crash there, then that would be something. That being said, I don't know if any car would have been able to really help him there because he just literally hit it so freaking hard. Xfinity cars did not race good at Indy or Kentucky. And the Cup cars did? Yeah, the Xfinity cars definitely were weak at those places. And that being said, I think horsepower fixes one, if not both, of those races. Because, the racing, I'm not going to lie, the racing was bad at those racetracks top to bottom. Like, it didn't matter what series was running at those two racetracks. It was garbage. Those two tracks, it didn't put on a great race there. But neither did the Cup car, so I would say that's a track issue as well. That being said, I do wonder, though, with higher... I do wonder if with higher horsepower, those two tracks could have been better. Jeff Gordon basically had to retire because of that injury years later, because of the back issues from it. I'm just saying that I don't know. Denny Hamlin broke his back at Fontana, and that was a different wreck because he hit the inside wall, but he didn't hit the wall opening, where, Gordon hit the wall opening. That's a wreck that I don't know... I don't know if Gordon would have had any better luck in any other car. Eric McClure at Talladega. I need to look that one up because I don't remember that one. Let me look that one up quick. I think if I had to look at it, I want to say the Gordon one, I'd have to probably peg that one on just, that was horrible luck because I can't think of a car that would have done better for him because that was just awful. I mean, he caught the worst possible angle. I don't know. The Gen 4 definitely wouldn't have helped his case. The Gen 6, like I said, Hamlin broke his back in a less severe accident, so I don't know. Let's see. Eric. Oops. Okay, we're going to see the Eric McClure catch. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. They had to cut him off that. Let's see this. Okay, so the Eric McClure crash. This is in a Gen 6 car. Yeah, I do remember that now. I didn't see it live because I wasn't watching that race specifically, but I do remember that crash, seeing it once. Yeah, I don't... Again, that was a really nasty wreck. Maybe the Gen 6 does it better. I don't think the Gen 4 or Gen 7 do, so... Okay, Jeff. Yes, there are no cars that race good on those racetracks. You win. You are correct. Good God. Yes, the cars were not good at Xfinity at Indianapolis or Kentucky. We should burn the cars to the ground and go start with, I guess, something else. Good grief, dude. I mean, I don't think any cars race good at Texas either. That doesn't mean the cars were bad. Like, come on now. Let's be reasonable about it. Yeah, Perkins is going for further evaluation. That's also just a good precaution with that much movement and flipping that hard. So that's probably a good call. That being said, glad he's okay. I mean, he got out of the car, so that's a huge first step. Because I mean, good grief, Cody Ware hit the inside wall of Vegas in qualifying last year, and got all knocked around and didn't race the next day. So, seeing how hard Perkins hit and all that was good to see. Yeah, the Gen 5 injuries, the few that there are, I mean, those injuries took places in wrecks that were absolutely horrific. Like I said, that Eric McClure one was, good grief, that was a hit. Then you look at the Elliott Sadler crash. I know he was hurting for that. Again, one of the hardest hits in NASCAR history, and then the Jeff Gordon hit. So the three injury-type crashes I can remember had, absolutely monster impacts that I don't think I've ever seen another car take. Now, the speedways also improved, so that also probably helped the Gen 5 look a little better because the safety of the racetracks got better. So there's a little bit of that too. So it's a mix. I said I think the Gen 5 was a really good, solid race car, and it was built around safety, and then they worked on making it race better. This car they tried to build around racing better, and they neglected safety. I say this car. I'm referring to the next gen car, and they neglected the safety of it. And now we're sitting here going backwards a little bit, where we're trying to make sure, hey, can we do something to make sure these drivers aren't getting hurt? Because we don't want our drivers hurt. So yeah, that's definitely something we want to figure out if we can make better. So I don't know. The Gen 7 car is just one that it doesn't seem like it was engineered from the right starting point. That being said, the single source suppliers, if you did the single source suppliers in Gen 6, I wonder what that, or Gen 6, Gen 5, I wonder what that would look like in Xfinity. If they did all single source suppliers. Texas used to be good. Well, yes, if we're talking pre-repave, yes. Texas was good pre-repave. But post-repave, Cup was never very good there. Xfinity was never very good there, and trucks were never very good there. The only thing that's put on good racing at Texas in the last 5 years was IndyCar. As weird as it is, IndyCar is the only one that's put on decent racing at Texas in the last 5 years. So, for some reason, that's the one weird anomaly, I guess. Okay, guys, well, we have 60 laps to go when they go back to green flag racing. I do not believe they can make it to the end of the race from here. Ooh, tire wear. Or he ran debris over. Oh, so they did 2 tires. Fuel window is 42 to 45 laps, so they will have at least one stop. It is not really possible to save enough fuel from here to get to the end, so we'll have to be closer. What was your opinion on Kyle Petty saying Blaney is basically like Casey Kane? I thought it was actually pretty accurate. Look, Kane is the same thing as Ryan Blaney, in my opinion. Ran up front, was fast a lot of places, and didn't win the races he should have won. I mean, for numerous reasons. But, you know, if you look at his top 5 to win ratio, it's probably fairly low compared to a lot of other drivers. He still got 20 career wins out of it. But most guys, when they have top 5 to win ratios, it's probably like they win once for every 4 or 5 top 5, something close to that. Maybe a 6 or 7, depending on if they were statistically just consistent. And I think his was probably closer to 1 to 10 maybe. I think I got to check that stat card he has. It was actually I can look. To my phone. But yeah, I thought it was accurate. I thought that was actually a fairly solid comparison. All right, green flag back in the air. We are back to racing. Oh, here goes. They're splitting Sammy Smith up the middle here. Yeah, they're going to give him no help. Well, they're saying Ryan Blaney's good because of his speed. He shows that he's got speed. It's not an issue of not having speed. It's an issue of execution. And that's fine. You know, you can look at Xfinity and still say that, hey, look, A.J. Allmendinger didn't make the Final Four last year. Was A.J. Allmendinger fast? Yeah, he was. You know, so I think the Final Four system is a little bit of a flawed system. It only helps if you're hot at the right moment or consistent at the right moment. Because we've seen guys that dominate seasons not even get to the Final Four, like Kevin Harvick in 2020. Let's see here. I want to say he has I can't see how many top 5s or top 10s he has. I can't find the average. I don't know why ESPN has such bad stats. Let's go to Racing Reference. Anyway, Hemrick and Kraus are out front. Forgot to touch on that a little bit because the racing kind of got rolling here, but there we go. He has a career of 93 top 10s and 18 wins with 176 top 10s, which is actually a fairly high top 10 to top 5 ratio. Usually you have, you know, a 2-to-1 in that area, and he is well higher than the 2-to-1. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I do think it's a fair comparison. Who is the biggest disappointment as a driver, since they're both sons of legend? Justin Labonte or Jason Jarrett? I don't know. I wouldn't even say a disappointment. Just because they weren't good at it or didn't excel doesn't, you know, it may not have been their thing. So I don't know if I could really call it a disappointment as much of a, like, underachieving maybe. What is he doing? All right, so now that they're ready to roll, wow, there is a big gap up to those front bunch. Side by side back here in the pack, and they are letting them string out along the top. Hemrick, Kraus, Truex, Nemechek, Sieg, Hill, and Creed have kind of broken away. Galding in 11th. Has to win. Okay. Yeah, Creed has got to get to a win here soon. Chandler Smith now coming down low with the JRM cars. Here comes Riley Herbst with them. So a few cars dive into the bottom. They're not ready to sit and ride. Thank you, guys. I do not want to sit and watch a train race. Train racing sucks. Come on, no choo-choo. Somebody dive low. We need more. There's a car coming off pit road. All I can see is Kevin LePage. All right, here goes Creed. I think it's Creed. Who's in front of Creed? Creed and Hill. Creed, Hill, Burton all to the bottom. They're making a run for the lead, and yep, the choo-choo is no more. Racing again, thank goodness. No choo-choo. Here come the colleague boys. Weaving down the backstretch, trying to pick a lane. Austin Hill now to the very bottom. Not enough speed to get there. Hemrick still holds the lead. And the entire bottom lane has now stacked up 5+ car lengths ahead of the leaders. And the outside lane just suddenly is no more. They're gone. Look at that. That's a 1 lap difference. Now Creed goes to the bottom. Ooh, that was tight. Josh Berry going to sneak down low with him. Holy smokes. Boy, it's getting tight in the middle there. All right, Hemrick's still the leader. I'm a little surprised he was able to hold that. Wow. This racing went from literally almost a snooze fest to right back to absolute edge of your seat stuff. And it didn't even take a lap and a half. Look at the 3x3 down into turn 1. That's fantastic. Why are you showing an onboard of 30th? Get back to the front. Who is Fox's camera operator here? Why are you showing this? So out front right now is Hemrick, Hill, Creed, and Barry are side by side. Wow, that is getting wild. They are 3x3 all the way back. Ooh, right up against the double yellow line are the two Fords. Hill now has finally gotten to the outside with his help from teammate Creed. Hemrick slides right back in line, splitting up the two RCR cars there. This racing has been absolutely fantastic. Are you serious? Fox. Full screen commercial. Don't worry, we don't want to watch anyway. Come on. Oh, wait, no, we got a side-by-side. Why do you do this to us? We don't care. Show us what we want to see. And we got a wreck. Guess what, guys? We missed it again. It's Sammy Smith. Hard into the inside wall. That car is done for the day. Don't worry, we missed it. Pretty hard-looking hit there. Can't see if the window net is down. Is he getting out yet? All right, so the safety crew is on hand to try and get him out. Can't see. I haven't seen him climb out yet. Now he's climbing. He's moving around in there, so Sammy's at least getting out. How have they literally missed the two wrecks of the day? Oh, I know how. They're on commercial over 50% of the laps. That's probably how. It used to be like, oh, it's just bad timing because we're only under commercial for 5% of the race, so the chances of us missing a wreck is really small. Now you're under commercial for 50% of the green flag laps. No wonder you're missing stuff. Fox is missing so much. I mean, like I said, it's like the guy that makes the calls. I don't want to say it's a producer specifically because I don't want to name a position, but it's like they don't know what people want to see. You know, if you're watching the football game, they always have the side shots so you can see the whole field. But it would be like them being zoomed in on one receiver battle during the play. They'd be like, yeah, sure, I would want to watch that if that's all I'm watching for, but I need to see the whole thing. All right, let's see here. Looks like Brandon Jones just pretty much dumped him. You know, I've never been a huge Brandon Jones fan, but that's the kind of stuff that makes me not a big fan. I mean, just, what are you doing, man? Yeah. I wonder if the 9 made contact with the 18. The big dent in the front of the 9 says yes. Dawson Cram did one thing 3 years ago, and people joke on it. Jeff, that's just this channel, and it's literally because of the Brett Moffitt situation. We are Brett Moffitt stands here on this channel, so it's literally, that's the only thing he did. So he's been memed until he somehow makes up for it by having some type of memorable thing. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, Dawson Cram hasn't actually done that much bad. He just gets he gets more of a meme look from this channel from 2020. All right, so we are now 15 laps into the stage. Oh man, what is that? 48 to go. They are right on the edge of fuel mileage. Are we going to have another fuel mileage race at Talladega? No way. All right, well, we're under caution. While they're doing cleanup, I'm going to take my final pit stop of the day for me because I have to go to the bathroom and I don't have another stage break to count on. So I'm going to throw it to a quick commercial on my channel here, but then I will be back for the green flag and should be able to get all the way to the end of the race. So be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Get the headset back on. Get ready to go. So, interesting strategy here. Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, Josh Bilicki, and Ryan Ellis did not pit. Almost began to like Brandon Jones. Almost. .46 laps to go at the moment. Hey, welcome in, AJ. Glad to have you. Coming to top off. Here comes the 20. I like the call. Get as much fuel as possible in that thing, and I mean pack it full. Rock it back and forth. Get every single drop you can into that thing. So right now, the situation we're going to be running into as we watch Hill, Creed, Hemrick. Sorry, just Hill and Creed. Hill and Creed definitely cannot make it. Hemrick, Truex, Krause, Smith, Moffitt, Sieg, all the guys down below that might be able to make it. So it's all going to come down to fuel savings. 45 to go. That would have to stay green the whole way through with no green flag pit stops. I mean, maybe. Now, here's the thing. The guys I think have the best shot right now are actually in 20th and 21st. Mayer and Allgaier. Those guys came back in and topped off. So they have 2 more yellow flag laps of extra fuel. But hey, when you're trying to stretch it, I want every single drop I can get. I like the call, though. You're starting at the back anyway. You may as well put every last drop of fuel you can in it. I don't see why not. So watch these guys at 67. Mayer on back. They all have a little extra fuel. Remember, at Talladega, I believe, in the fall, I want to say it was Talladega. It was either Talladega fall or summer Daytona race. The leader, Austin Hill, ran out of gas coming to the restart zone in one of the many overtimes. And overtime is another thing you may have to worry about. All right, here they come to the green. Green flag back in the air. The 2 RCR cars up top. Dead heat down the front stretch, heading into turn 1. Still 2x2 all the way back. Brandon Jones is still running in the back. He's making the first move to the high lane. No one else went with him. That's right. Dash for Cash is still running today. Custer and Barry are the 2 up front. I don't even know who else is in it. I don't want 10 cars left. I don't want 10 cars. I want 100. Oh gosh, can you imagine a 100-car pack at Talladega? All right, top lane starting to get organized. Bottom lane hasn't gone away, but the top lane has started to make a little bit of a gap. Chandler Smith up to 3rd, looking for 2nd. So that bottom lane hasn't gone away yet. They're still hanging in there, just being pesky. 43 laps to go. Oh, Chandler Smith just got put 3 wide to the sucker hole in the middle, and he's got no friends behind him. Man, it's been some good racing today. 3x3 most of the day. Ooh, decent push up the middle. Ooh, right on quarter exit. Makes me nervous, but they're going to get the momentum. Colleague with the 27 help. Oh, yeah. No calming down here. They have gotten, I would say, a little rowdier. 42 laps to go. I'd run the bottom if I'm one of the drivers in this. I'd get down low. Just so you have a place to go in case of a wreck. You got 40-plus laps to go. That just seems like a better place to hang out if you're trying to make sure you don't get wrecked. At the moment, Hill Creed out front. Then it's got the third place car is now Daniel Hemrick. Custer, first car down on the bottom. Austin Hill is the Dale Jr. I think Austin Hill is pretty dang good. I'll give him that. I don't know if I'd put it on the Dale Jr. end yet, because Dale Jr. didn't throw super aggressive blocks. He just was very calculated on how he got there and worked it once he got there. So that's what I would put it. I would put it there. Oh, wow. Look at that block. That was a little tight. Chandler Smith tried to pull it, but wasn't able to get there in time. So now the 00 and 25 have teamed up on the bottom. Still 40 laps to go. We're zoomed in on an empty racetrack. There they come. Hey, Retzloff has recovered fairly well. Oh, we've got a caution, and it's Sam Mayer. Car looks okay at the moment. Yeah, it looks all right. I got to see what the right side looks like, but I think it might just be a quick little spin and go. All right, guys. Now the question is, oh, we got a tire carcass flying across the racetrack there. Maybe these right rears aren't going to last. All right, let's see what happens here to Sam Mayer. Brandon Jones is running a middle lane. What is he doing? The 9 just... God, Brandon Jones... Gosh, what is he doing? Honestly. He ran up and just straight up hooked a guy. Now he just ran like half a lane and then just... I don't know what he was doing. I think he had an issue. I'm going to be honest. I think he had an issue. He slowed down quite a bit. So that may be actually more car than Brandon Jones himself. But once again, Junior Motorsports cars are somehow managing to take out other Junior Motorsports cars. Did Joey just say Dale Hemrick? Elliott, highly doubt. Wait, what? What do we got in here? Do I think Elliott deserves to be in the top 75? I say if Kane and Newman are on it, Elliott should be. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good grief, Chase has a championship and 20 wins. Or 19 wins. How many wins has he got? I gotta look. He has, I think is it 18 or 19? 18. So he has the same amount of cup wins as Kane. Both of them have an all-star win. Elliott has an extra dual win, plus Elliott has a championship. Most popular driver, an Xfinity championship. Like, Elliott definitely is going to be on it. And I think he was on it, so yeah, that's definitely more accurate, I would say. Let's see. Elliott, he has 18 wins in 7 seasons. Kane has 18 and 15. Newman has 18 and 20. Right, and that's where I thought, Newman has a couple crown jewels. He's got a Brickyard and a Coke 600. Kane has 4 with 1 Brickyard and 3 Coke 600s. And then did it in 5 less seasons. Probably coming back in for 4 tires for the Childress cars here. Elliott's already done more in 5 seasons than Newman and Kane did in almost 20. Yeah, I mean, accurate. Like he's got the 18 wins already. Now it's been 7 seasons, so he's got the 18 wins in 7 seasons. Right? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So, yeah, 7 seasons. He has 18 wins. Newman has a 500. Yeah, Newman has a 500 and a Brickyard 400. What I was saying is that I think Newman, with those 2 crown jewels, and Kane has 4 crown jewels and 5 less seasons when he did it. It was a shorter career. How happy was I for Kane? I was. I feel like he just gets a lot of extra disrespect that it's just not, I don't know. It's unneeded. It's like when people talk about how good Boyer was, it's like, yeah, he was good, but he only has like 9 wins or something. He doesn't have that many. And then, they'll sit there and act like Kane never did anything. And it's like, well, no, if you look at racing from 2004 to 2014, once Hendrick changed his crew chief out, I mean, Kane had 17 wins in his first 10 seasons. And then he just had Keith Rodden for way too long and got nothing else done at Hendrick after that. Plus, they took the horsepower away. He needed horsepower. Sprint car guys typically run better with more horsepower. Yeah, Newman's pretty much a one-season wonder. 8 wins in 1 season and then, 10 for the whole rest of a 20-year career. Mark Martin is widely considered good without a championship, but Martin has like 40-some wins. Like 40-some wins is a lot higher than 18. Yeah, Elliott definitely is going to be on that top 75. Elliott's probably going to be a top 50, honestly. Like you got to realize, 18 wins on the all-time wins list. 18 wins is 53rd. So if he's in 53rd, but with an Xfinity and Cup championship, and he's only 7 seasons into his career, he's going to be top 50. Maybe not at the moment. I would still say probably even at the moment he is, but it's kind of like Kyle Larson. I mean, Kyle Larson's got now, what is Kyle at? Is he at 19 wins and a championship? And he's had 2 extra seasons over Elliott. I should say 1 because he was suspended all of 2020, so really just 1 extra season. But, between Larson and Elliott, they're pretty similar. So I think they both are going to be on there. Newman could have stayed 1 more if he had stayed at Penske. Maybe, I'm not sure. Elliott should have had a crown jewel, but late caution stopped him. I mean, yeah, that was brutal. Honestly, if luck had turned out just a little bit different, Casey Kane could have been anywhere from 2 Coke 600s to 5 or 6, because he was the fastest car in 2013, and then just he stayed out. Everyone else pitted, and strategy ended up biting him. But I don't know that he really did anything that bad. So yeah, Kane could have had 2013, 2011. He runs out of gas coming to the restart zone, but he had a great car that night too. It was him and Biffle that were running up front all of 2011. So they were good that year too. But yeah, it's like Kane was really good at Charlotte. That was a good track for him. Championship shows that you weren't messing around that year. I mean, it used to. Unfortunately, now the format doesn't show anything. If you look at the story of the 2018 season, 2018, 2 drivers had 8 wins, Kyle and Kevin. Martin Truex Jr. had 4 wins and should have won about 5 more. But he got just bad luck and bad, people racing him badly. And the guy that's the champion is Joey Logano. So, it doesn't really tell the story. 2020, let's be real. Chase Elliott was not the best car in 2020. It's not close. It was Kevin Harvick's year in 2020. It's not close. He was clearly the better car. There's nothing else to say about it. I'm an Elliott fan. I can admit it. I knew it. Going into that race, I said, I'm going to root for my favorite guy, but the fact is, Harvick should be our champion right now. And 2021, obviously, I was rooting for Chase Elliott, but Kyle Larson won. I said, that's fine. He was the best driver all year. And then last year, honestly, that one hurt pretty bad because I was like, hey, my guy was the best all year. I want to celebrate it because he actually was the best this time. And no. So, it's just, I guess that's what the format they want for whatever reason. Daniel Hemrick is a champion with one career win in all 3 series. One career win, and he's a champion. Now, don't get me wrong, he is a great point racer. I'm not going to disagree there. He's always knocking point racing down and getting good finishes for his cars. But that being said, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I just feel like the Hemrick championship was also a bit sucky because he wasn't even going to win that race. That was a green-white checker, and he basically ran the guy or used up the guy on the high line to get it. Austin Cindric, I'll say this. I was at both these races. 2021 Bristol race, Austin Cindric got flat out used up by AJ, then by Justin Allgaier, and then trying to come back and get AJ spun them both out. Okay? But make no mistake, Austin Cindric ran a perfectly clean race. He did not race his competition badly. They just used him up. And the same thing happened in the championship race. He had the high lane, Hemrick had the low lane, and he said, I'll race you to the line. First one there wins the championship, and Hemrick basically just ran through him on the bottom. Now, we always say, do what you got to do for a win, and I kind of understand it. But, that being said, does Austin Cindric deserve to lose a championship on being used up by someone else? Because it lost him a championship. I don't like it, I guess. I don't look at that and go, yeah, that was great. I look at it and go, oh, that's not how a championship should be won. Bill Rexford's 1950 championship. Okay, are we good again? Had a little issue. My software took a little dump and then came back. So let me know if everything's good again. Yeah, Crafton didn't even win a race in 2019. And a lot of people always like to say, like, oh, well, he was consistent. No, he wasn't even consistent. He was literally just lucky enough to squeak into the Final Four and then catch everybody on a bad race. That was literally what happened. All right, 34 laps to go. Brett Moffitt out in front. Please win this race. Please win the race. I want a Brett Moffitt diecast. Give it to me. Sammy Smith is out. Okay. So John Nemechek's in the Dash for Cash. I don't know where he was earlier. Must have just been outside the top 20, so he wasn't on the list. 0 wins, but a championship. Again, it's a format issue, though. Like, that's my whole problem with that format was that, Ross Chastain and Brett Moffitt were clearly the best cars of 2019. And they finished second and third or second and fourth just due to not having great cars at Homestead specifically. And it sucked because they were good. I wanted to see one of the two that were the best all year win. I don't know if Chase will be a 5-time champ. I think at the end of the day, championships are going to be very fluky when they're won. Oh, we got a car spinning. It's John Hunter to the info. Yep, that. Oh, right on the driver's side door. He's coming back up the track. That was right on the door. I got turned out of 4th place, and there goes the Dash for Cash on that one. It might be more like the Dash for Last. Dash for Last and a bunch of cash. Bill Elliott in 1985 won 11 races, yet didn't win the championship. And people want to say Harvick should have won 2020 just because he won the most races. I mean, yes, but no. He also scored the most points by a country mile. 2020 was one of the most dominant cars one of the most dominant seasons since Jeff Gordon in the 90s. Like that, it was that great of a season for Kevin Harvick. So, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, wins don't mean everything, but that being said, he was also consistent. He just, I mean, had 2 to 3 bad races at the very end of the year. Heck, even in the round he was eliminated. He was leading when there was water on the track. He should have won Kansas, but, aero tight at Kansas, so he ran second. And Martinsville, he had recovered to, I think, like 12th before spinning on the last lap. So, like, I mean, I can't even look at 2020 and say Harvick did that much wrong. That all started at Texas when the track was wet. I wouldn't mind the 10-race playoff. I can live with a middle ground of a 10-race championship. But at the end of the day, I do think a championship builds up over the course of 36 weeks. So when the battle is building over that long, and it does finally come down to a final race, I think it's an epic championship. Formula One had that a couple years ago. They had an epic championship because over the course of like 26 races, they were just side by side. Elliott was just as dominant. Only reason people don't remember is because he got screwed out of 5 or so wins. I mean, you're not wrong. He should have had the Coke 600. Should have had Darlington. I think he got all the road courses that season because he was just that freaking good. I don't remember that many other races though. Like, the thing was, Elliott was not good on the 550 package. He was much better on the 750 stuff in 2020. So yeah, he had a good season, and he had some really, really tough breaks that cost him a lot of points. But I still think, Kevin Harvick was literally class of the field almost every race. The races he didn't win, he was usually running second or third. So there wasn't many races where Kevin Harvick wasn't the guy to beat. There was a couple, but not many. Vegas Spring, yep, that's right. Darlington, Bristol Spring, yeah, that's on Chase. He choked that one, but yeah, Bristol Spring, Coke 600, yeah, that's 5. Heck, even at Daytona, he was running really well. He and DiBenedetto had a late race situation where I know people like to say it was the worst block he'd ever thrown, but he wasn't blocking. He just wanted to get to the top. And DiBenedetto went right to the top at the same time as him because they literally went at the same time. So I kind of understood what happened there, but could have won Talladega. Yeah, actually he should have won Talladega because it was an overtime thing. He had to come back in and get fuel. So, yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I would definitely say that Elliott had a really, really good 2020. But that's okay. Because when you have that good a year and then you come back in 2022 and are the best car, it makes that championship a little bit sweeter. Because it's like, hey, I had good cars once and missed it. Now I have the best cars and I won it because I did it right. But instead he didn't get it. He got 2020 instead of 22. And I think 2022 would have felt better. As an Elliott fan, I can agree. 2022 would have felt better as a championship for him to win. Oh, he just got loose. Oh, man. That is weird. How many times was Harvick second to Hamlin in 2020? Pocono. God, what was the other one? Not Homestead. Elliott was second at Homestead. Yeah, that's another one. Homestead. He could have won Homestead if Joey Logano doesn't block him because he wrecked him at Bristol, which, by the way, was payback. So, I mean, not unfair, but... where else did Hamlin win? He won at Dover. I think Harvick was second that day. If he wasn't second, he was top 5 because he was ridiculously fast. Brickyard, Hamlin had a flat tire late. That allowed Harvick to win. But yeah, it was pretty much Hamlin and Harvick at the 550 tracks, and then Chase came into play at more of the 750 tracks, from what I remember. Chase was still okay at the 550s, but he was not near as consistently good. Elliott could have had 10 wins. Yeah, if everything went perfectly. That being said, you got to remember, there's a reason that guys don't have 10-win seasons unless they're like really good. Because look at 2021 Kyle Larson. Things did break his way a lot, but they also didn't break his way a lot. Kyle Larson could have won Kansas Spring. Bad timed yellow, bad restart, green-white checker, cost him the race. He could have won... What was the other race he should have won? Larson should have won... the other mile and a half in the spring? I can't remember. Texas. He should have had Texas, I think. But just strategy played into role there. Oh, wait, no, he did. He won the All-Star race at Texas. That's right. Could have run Coda. He had the best car, but Elliott had the rain strategy and kind of worked out. It worked out later, though, because Elliott made a bad move at Watkins Glen, had the best car, but Larson won that one. So it's a mix. By Brad at Spring in Phoenix 2020, for sure. No, that was definitely... He had a great shot to win Spring Phoenix win, or Spring Phoenix. Larson, yeah, Pocono, they're a perfect example. Larson should have won Pocono. Flat tire going off into the corner, it's like, are you kidding me? What other race was there? Vegas fall race that Hamlin won. All the Hendrick cars absolutely messed up their pit strategy, and that happened. Why are there ads on a live stream? I didn't hit it. Hold on a minute. Let me check something. Let's see here. Oh, I found it. Sorry, guys. I had a checkbox in here. Okay, that should be fixed. Sorry about that, Jeff. So what has been happening is it's automatically rolling ads out because there was a checkbox in the monetization area of the video settings that I did not realize was on. So I turned that off. So now you will only see an ad if I manually place it. And I will only manually place them if I am leaving or it's a yellow flag where nothing's happening. So sorry about that. I did find that issue. Someone had been mentioning that last week that's been happening. So thank you for letting me know because I do not remember turning that on, but I'm glad I found that. So now I can make sure that's off. What Ross did was funny, but the championship should not be down to that. Yeah. The haul on the wall was definitely. I don't want to say funny. It was ballsy. That's the term. It's like one of those things where it's like you definitely shouldn't have done that, but you know what? Well done, man. Larson shouldn't have won 2 of the races he did last year. Yeah, I mean he should have. Elliott should have had Watkins Glen. And Auto Club, yeah, Elliott should have had that one too. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Elliott should have had, I think, 2 or 3 of the road courses because he was one of the best cars, if not the best car at the Roval, had the race won, and they threw a caution for a freaking sign. That one ticked me off because it was like, how blatant do you have to make it? He could have been going for a 4 in a row at the Roval if it wasn't for 2 things. Kevin Harvick in 2020, or in 2021, and a sign in 2022. He would have had 4 in a row at Roval, which would have been a very cool feat. But instead, no. What the? Road America, I can't even say Elliott got screwed. Reddick was just faster. Yeah, Reddick... He wasn't necessarily faster. He made Elliott overdrive, use his stuff up, and after he had gotten in front. So Elliott made a mistake. Reddick capitalized, and then he sat on Reddick's back bumper for so many laps, he just burned all his stuff up. Martinsville 2021, Elliott got screwed by Allen not adjusting. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame that all on, sometimes you just miss it, and that's what happened. He missed it. Oh, he had a car issue at 2020, too. I don't remember that, but... Yeah, there's a lot of races that Elliott's been fast enough to win at and just hadn't gotten it done. And not a lot of them are driver errors. I mean, as I said, the Roval issues were both him getting wrecked by people behind him, which is just like, I don't know. I guess that's just NASCAR now, is like, you crank them all together and then hope somebody crashes, I guess. Trying to think if there's any other races. Oh, Coke 600 last year. Elliott was absolutely flat out one of the best cars. And God, if he doesn't make that mistake of coming back down pit road and eliminating himself he probably goes out and at least has a shot to win the Coke 600 because that car was fast. What a bummer that race was. Fall race. 2021, yeah. Wait a minute, what? Martinsville in 2021. Elliott got screwed by Allen not adjusting. By the package in 2020 at Martinsville. Yeah, he was pretty good there too. I wouldn't be shocked if Elliott gets a 600 this year. I mean, that's the car's. What am I trying to say? The Hendrick cars have been really good, so I mean, I think he's got a good shot. I mean, Allen's got to keep up with the car, though. That's the biggest thing. Elliott will win tomorrow or next week. How about both? I'll take both. If Elliott spun himself, Ross would have gone left with him. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think he really. I don't think I would call it spinning yourself. It was. If we're honest about the Ross Chastain situation, looking back, if you break down the situation, what happened was Elliott moved down when he hit the line. Ross Chastain moved down before he hit the line. So if NASCAR was officiating it correctly, Ross Chastain would have been put to the back of the field for a restart violation. You cannot pull below the white line until after the start-finish line. And he did before the start-finish line. That is why Elliott would never have expected him to be there, because they hadn't hit the line yet. I should say Chastain hasn't. So that issue is caused mostly, I can't even blame it all on Ross or Elliott. I put that on track configuration and bad officiating. Like, if you're NASCAR, honestly, do what they do in the sprint cars. Put a cone on a chain, a string. Put a cone on a string at that point of the racetrack. You do not go left until you get past the cone. And after the whole field is past it, you pull the thing in and you put it behind the wall. That's what they do at all the sprint car tracks. When they say single file, they put a cone out there and say you have to go to the outside of the cone in single file. And it's like, okay, that's the rule. And guess what? Nobody hits the cone. Somehow they all make it past the cone, and then they pull the cone in, and they keep racing. Yeah, like I said, I look back to that Elliott Chastain situation, and I mean, even when it happened, it was kind of like it wasn't really a driver doing anything wrong. Again, outside of Chastain, if NASCAR polices it correctly, should have been penalized. However, they don't penalize it, so there's nothing that they're going to do. So, why do they keep turning the lights back on? What is going on, NASCAR? For what? Dude! Park him! If there's an issue with Brandon Jones, just park him. Put him on pit road, and if he loses the draft, so what? It's a scoring issue. Oh my gosh, man. So frustrating. This has been a long freaking yellow flag. This is going to get people heated. Now, I'm less heated because I'm a Moffitt fan, so it doesn't bother me that bad. I'm sitting here right now just like, heck, let's have scoring issues for 25 more laps. I'll live with it. Don't get me wrong, I would still call it an embarrassment of a race, but I'll take the W, you know? Just like you would at that. So race director has actually cost him 3 laps. They're still trying to figure it out. Pissed about Fall, Texas. Oh my gosh, I even forgot to say Fall, Texas. Elliott's leading and a tire falls apart. Yeah, no, you can't even argue that one. And then after that, Elliott just fell off a cliff. His performance was bad. Kansas, he was just horrible in stage 1 and eventually got closer to the front and held on for like a 11th place finish or maybe 20th. I don't even remember how well he finished, but he held on after getting a lot of stage points at Kansas, but he was not good, Kansas Fall race. That was the first time at Kansas Fall where I literally was watching and saying, Elliott's not good today. You know, I remember his rookie season, he was pretty good. He was leading a little bit in 2017, had an issue and went a lap down. I think it was a flat tire or a pit issue. 2018, obviously he won. 2019, he was in the top 5. 2020, he was in the top 5 or top 10. I think he was top 10. 2021, he ran second to Larson, so let's have a drone crash on the track and cause another extension of this yellow. I'll take it. No going green. No going green. It's more caution. He needs to make it on fuel, and I don't want anybody to pass him. Vegas Fall last year was worse. I'm trying to remember Vegas Fall. Oh, yeah, Vegas Fall, he was just bad, too. Vegas Fall, the only difference, the performance was about the same. They just made better decisions. Because the decisions they made in the spring race were just, or in the Kansas race, pit call-wise, they took advantage of pit strategy multiple times to gain track position. So, yeah, no, Elliott was bad in both, but strategy-wise, they earned good finishes at Kansas due to just pure strategy in 2022. In the fall race, at least. All right, cars are spreading out. Moffitt leads him down the backstretch. Great push from Ryan Sieg. Good job. Kaz Gralla, Austin Hill, Parker Kligerman, the 5 on the bottom. And then Ryan Truex up high, but they are not organized. Now Austin Hill going to dip up high. Parker Kligerman, is he going to go with? He is. Parker Kligerman slides up with him. So they're going to go to the second lane. And a whole bunch of friends are coming up high with him. Keep an eye on that 21. He's not going to stay in line very long. He is going to continue to try and make moves. Oh, that 25 is way far out there, man. Oh, that makes me nervous. $39 going to dip to the bottom. $39 to the lead. He goes up. He just does a quick crossover and gets right back up to the top. Top lane as they run. 39, 25, 21. Number 2 down low. Creed at the bottom. He's now side by side with Austin Hill for third. Not a lot of help down there, though. $23 to go. Will Elliott make the Champ 4? I'm not sure. I have to make that judgment after seeing him run about 10 races, because I just don't know right now. Oh, 2013, yes, the TV cable. I do remember that. It damaged Kane and Kyle Busch. Kane still came back and ran well, but yeah, I do remember that. I thought that was absolutely wild that they had that type of an issue. I thought that was crazy, because that cable was in the stands, and they are lucky that no car caught that cable and like ripped it through a bunch of fans, because it was that bad, like as far as what was going on with it. All right, here comes the 2 to the bottom. The 21 coming down to join him. Everyone else staying up high. '21 went to the bottom, but just doesn't have any help down there. Top lane going to continue to stay dominant. 21 to go. 21 has really fallen back on the bottom. They are not organized enough. Very interesting top 5. Listen to this top 10 right now. Ryan Sieg, Brett Moffitt, Parker Kligerman, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Trix, Derek Kraus, Jeb Burton, then Austin Hill, Josh Berry, and Justin Allgaier. But, I mean, the way they run currently on the racetrack, I think Kaz Grala now is in front of him. I mean, it is a wild group in the top 10. That is not a group I would have said, yeah, that's the normal. Oh, Josh Berry got turned! Oh, clear. They were able to all avoid him. Let's see what happened here. Caution is out, 20 laps to go. Great save. 19 to go. Question is, do you come get your last set of tires if you need them, or fuel? All right, let's see here. All right, so off into the corner, Josh Berry. He goes down the hill. 21 just sort of went up and dumped him, I guess. I mean, he gave him an extra bit of room, but I guess, I don't know. That one's it. I don't know what that one was. I can't say it was perfect on Hill's part because he went from bottom to top, like right through his back bumper, which is going to turn him. Berry wasn't there, so he kind of started to come back up the racetrack. Let's see it in slow-mo. Okay. Berry comes down, is clear. He then starts sliding back up. Austin Hill slides up with him. So Austin Hill goes from bottom to middle and just spins him. That's on Hill there. It's a bad push. I don't think it's intentional, but that's a bad push by Austin Hill. Good save, though. Didn't wreck either car. But, it's a aggressive block for sure, but that's a bad push after that because the block was made and they were both straight, and then the bad push came in. So, but again, unfortunately it's one of those Talladega racing deals. Like, you can't really say it was like this horribly bad driver mistake. It's a mini driver fault. Like, bad push. Don't do that again. That's bad. What? Okay. Well, and that's why I don't really like Austin Hill, because he basically just put all of the blame on Jeb Burton and said he was out of the gas, quote unquote. Yeah, you may have been out of gas, but you went from the bottom to the middle. Like, once he did give you the bottom lane, you went up into him. So that's on Hill. Again, not egregious, but I don't really like the idea of like, yeah, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have gone high. I thought, whatever. I got arrow tight. That might be more, I got arrow tight, but yeah, I don't know. It's, Josh Berry, definitely a late block, but once he got, lined up after that, he got in the right spot. Also, by the way, love that Austin Hill car. That is an awesome paint scheme. That's a really cool paint scheme. I love that. All right, so 18 laps to go. We're sitting under yellow. I assume if anyone's going to make a pit stop, they're probably going to make it here soon. Lead lap cars go back to only 28 cars on the lead lap, so it's still a lot. But question is, if you have a set of tires, do you take it now, or are you done pitting? Because we've seen the tire wear on a lot of these cars. It seems to be wearing out pretty badly. These guys out front, Ryan Sieg, Brett Moffitt, they've not pitted since lap 65. They've got at least 10 lap older tires. Is that a good thing? I don't know. $18 to go. They will stay out. Who's that coming in? We do have one car coming in. It is the 31 of Parker Retzlaff. He's coming to pit road. So yeah, the 8 came down late for sure, but he was clear. He didn't make any contact. Then he starts going up the hill, and the 21 comes all the way into the middle lane with him and just dumps him. Like, I can't put that much on Josh Berry. It was late, but he gave you room. I mean, he definitely gave Hill room on that bottom lane. Who should have won the championship in 2016? I believe Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick would be a 5-time champion if the playoffs never existed. I think 5-time champ with 60 wins, we would all look at that and say, hey, that's an all-time great right there. Instead, we're looking at a 1-time champ and we're saying, oh, is Joey Logano actually, or is he really better than Joey? Joey has 2 championships to Kevin's 1. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, bud, but, you know. Wait, really? Are they all out? No, Barry's in it, right? Barry just has to get new tires. So Barry has Dash for Cash options still. I thought for a second, I was like, no way. They just eliminated the entire Dash for Cash. $17 to go as they run. Who's better, Busch or Harvick? I say Harvick because he has 5 championships, 60 wins. Busch has 2 championships, 61 wins. I got to put Kyle Busch on that list. Yeah, he may not have had all the championships, but you got to realize Kyle Busch caught him after starting his career 5 years later. Plus, you have to add in the fact that Kyle Busch is a 100-time Xfinity winner, and so I got to put Kyle Busch on that list. I think Kyle Busch would have been I think he'd only be about a 2-time champion right now. All right, they're lined up, ready to go green again. Oh, yawn. Yeah, I'd have to say Busch probably just because of the way I've seen Busch perform. That being said, don't get me wrong, I am not saying Harvick is a bad driver. We're talking the 2 greatest of the late 2010s, early 2020s is Harvick and Busch. Truex there, I guess you could add him into that because he was great for 17, 18, 19, 20. He was good. 21, he was good. 22 was obviously a struggling year, but in general, Truex would be on that list too. Which is wild because Truex went 10 years into his career with almost no success, and then boom, goes on a tear. All right, coming back to the green flag. Here we go. Which was the worst choke? 2008 Kyle Busch or 2020 Harvick? Got to be Harvick, man. Some of that was bad luck, but man, Harvick not being able to use all those playoff points to get to the final round was tough for 2020. All right, as they get to the restart, 25 low, 39 high. 11 giving the 39 a really solid push. 15 to go as they head down the backstretch. Good push for the 11. Oh, he's going to go high on him. Hemrick already up to the high side for the lead. $15 to go, side by side for the lead. 39 low, 11 high. The 2 is the current only car on the high side that's moving in the forward direction. Ryan Sieg is now clear for the lead. 25 and 11 for second place. 4 wide back in the pack. That's Derek Kraus. That's all by himself with no help. Derek Kraus shuffling backwards a little bit here. Going to try and slide back into the middle lane now. Not enough room. Barry fills the hole. He's going to go further back. $13 to go at the line. Ryan Sieg still the leader. Bottom lane, Sieg, Moffitt, and Kligerman. Still 13 to go. Sam Ayer's around! Big crash! Here's the big one! Oh my goodness, it's all the JRM cars again. Are you kidding me? Every single JRM car is out again. Are you kidding me? They are so bad at working together. JRM not crash each other. Impossible. Are you kidding me? They did it again. Oh my gosh. They're literally crashing each other. I mean, oh my gosh! Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. And I'm not even saying it was intentional. It's like they just can't work together. They're so bad at it. Was Noah the glue that held this all together? It had to have been Noah. All right, I haven't seen a replay just yet. So I think Custer is now the only one left in the Dash for Cash. Yeah, he is now the only one left. The other ones are all in the garage. Congratulations, Cole Custer. You can literally crash out and still bank $100,000. That's called playing with house money right there. No way. There's a splitters hanging out of Greg Galding's car. They're going to have to come in and get that out of there. He's running 18th, so it's not really going to be a huge loss for him. Yeah, what did Junior Motorsports say about wrecking your teammate? Because apparently they just said, well, apparently that's how you win championships. So every time we race, we're going to wreck each other. Good grief. All right, let's see what happens here. Now they're going to give us a replay. All right. So the one on the outside, it's as they go into the corner. Heading off into turn 3. The 8 has momentum, gives him a good push. Oh, the 19 squeezes up. He has to lift. Contact with the 8, spins him around into the 7, and then hits the 8, and they are all in it. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Junior Motorsports just heard a giant crash, and it was literally their bank account. My gosh, they don't even have a win yet this year. That's crazy. Goodness gracious, man. I can't even believe that. Well, what do you know? JRM does it to themselves again. Unreal. And it wasn't even egregious, but it's like this has happened all year. They just continue to find ways to hurt each other unintentionally. I mean, they started the year looking like they were going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4 around Austin Hill on the final lap to go win the thing, and then they all wreck each other with 2 to go. All right. So 9 laps to go. Bob, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know how many laps. 9 or 8 will be left to go by the time they come back to the green flag. Oh, my gosh. Almost took out just nothing but Colleague and JRM. I mean, good grief. Got to give a shout out to those guys in the top 10. Kaz Gralla in 9th, Jeb Burton in 5th, Parker Kligerman. I mean, Kligerman's been up there all year. He's been great. Sieg and obviously Moffitt, I'm going to shout out because I'm a channel homer, but solid job. Those guys have all stuck around the lead lap top 10 all day and kept their nose clean, so great job. Late in the race, as some of these lap cars decide it's time to start racing, Brennan Poole has found his way to 14th. Josh Balicki, 13th. Parker Retzloff back to 15th. Remember, he had a wounded car, and they fixed that up. Actually, just recently pitted, and he's up to 15th already. Fresh tires might be worth something. Keep an eye on that 31. He's got some fresh ones. He may have something here. He just dodged that wreck, too. Holy smokes. That was close. Throw him in an escape room and make him work it out. I don't know. They might break the room at this point. Unintentionally, too. It'll be something where they finally find a key for the right lock, put it in, they open the door, and the thing falls off the hinges and breaks something. It's like I said, it's not even like they're doing anything that intentionally wrong. It's just they can't seem to just not end up crashing into each other, even when it's an accident. So right now, Austin Hill runs 7th, so he'll be able to start in the first 4 rows. Creed will probably be able to start behind him if he chooses to. All right, well, I didn't think I was going to need another pit stop, but I am because these cautions keep taking so long. I'm going to take my pit stop real quick, be right back for the restart. Going to throw another ad in real quick, so be right back. Okay, ladies and gents, we are back. Coming back around to the green flag. All right. Got strong cars in both lanes. I was muted, so I was upstairs actually. So when I started speaking, I just got back. I took a little extra time on this one because I saw the race upstairs and knew that we weren't going green quite yet. But now I know we're going green again. So here we go. Restart, 6 laps to go. Bottom lane's got more cars, but the front two are 2x2, bumper to bumper, so it's just a competition for pushing. If you notice I'm quiet, it's because I'm nervous. My guy's got a shot to win. Side by side, down the backstretch, 2x2x2. Sieg and Moffitt up front. Then it's Kligerman and Hemrick. Hill and, who is that? Burton. Hill and Burton in the third row. Bottom, a little bit organized. But they are still 2x2 all the way back. 6 to go. Sieg going to get clear with the lead. Sieg goes to the very bottom. Hemrick's going to go back up. Five laps to go. Bottom lane organized pretty well. A little bit of wiggling back here. Kligerman got all sorts out of shape on the... Kligerman got all sorts out of shape. Got to make sure I was talking about the right car. 2x2 from second on back. Sieg clear and away with the lead. Hill running out of time. Nah, he's in good shape still. Oh, that's close. Wow. Burton really forced his way in there. He's going to force his way high too. That's going to cost the top lane a lot of speed. Kazgrala up the middle. Meanwhile, the bottom lane has more cars, but they're still 2x2. Sheldon Creed all the way up to 5th already. 4 laps to go. Hemrick, just keep an eye on this. Creed and Hill have gotten together on the high line. Sheldon Creed's going to make a move. The question is, which way will he go? He's got Austin Hill behind him. Top lane has a run. Burton's going to make a late block. Ooh, that was close. That was a really late block. He's going to get away with it. Last lap, he's not going to get away with it on the last lap. Oh, we got a crash in the front of the field. It's Hemrick. Oh, he tagged Moffitt. Huge crash. Camera is gone. Moffitt spun. I don't know how bad the damage is. He looks okay. Somebody's upside down back there. Come on, fire it up there, Brett. Looks okay. He's got a little damage, but not bad. Who's that upside down back there? Daniel Hemrick upside down. All right, we're going to go red here, I assume. 2 to go. Oh, my goodness. The entire rear of the car is, like, gone. Oh, it's just skewed. It looked like it was gone. Fox, what? Come on! Good Lord, Fox! This is ridiculous! Oh, this is terrible, guys. This is what fans are talking about. We are trying to see what's happening here. Rest in peace, turn 4 camera. That's gone. Dude, we don't even know what happened. We can't even see a replay of the wreck to see what happened in the wreck. Oh, man, I thought Moffitt had a shot to get away with it. Oh my gosh, Brandon Jones is in 10th, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go win this race. I'm just kidding. He ain't going to do that. Well, I understand the idea of like, hey, we don't know what happened, but going straight to commercial doesn't help that. If you're the fans at home, you're seeing a giant crash. It's like, oh no, what happened? And they're just like, I don't know, commercial. It's like, hey, hold on, guys. Good grief. Oh, come on, Fox. Like I said, we don't know what the deal is. I've heard something about the catch fence, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but I just need to know, or I'm curious to know, is everyone okay? Is there an issue? Is the catch fence destroyed? Like, what's going on here? The car that was in the worst shape was Daniel Hemrick upside down. He said he's okay. We got radio communication for that. But we just don't know. Hemrick got pushed way, way out front. Let's see what happens here. He goes down for the block. He was not clear, but Creed... Yeah, I don't know that Creed did that much wrong. I mean, he went up a little bit, but... Holy smokes. Did he even hit the brakes? All right, so are we all okay? That's the first question. So we've got a couple of cars upside down today. That's kind of wild. So they showed us the wreck. I didn't see any other huge collisions. It looks like Hemrick got the worst of it. So, I mean, and the good news is he's at least been on radio communication. That being said, that was a horrible block by Hemrick. Like, dude, you are just not going to get there. Live to fight another day, as they say. Instead, he kind of crashed himself. So, I wouldn't say that was a great idea. They're going to have to do some... All right, let's see the replay here. So Moffitt shot all the way bottom to top to get to Custer. Oh, man, if it was just a little bit later, Hill just hit him. Gosh dang it, Hill. I know what he was trying to do. Hill's trying to dodge a wreck, but, man, if he just stays a little lower, they both make it through. That was a good move, by the way. Bottom to top probably saved his race. But, yeah, then the 21 just misjudged. Oh, man. All right. Does he hit the... He hits the camera? The safer barrier, but I don't actually see wall damage here. Or fence damage. I think he just took out the camera. That camera... that camera's toast, by the way. 30 minutes for 3 laps? Yes. 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 30 minutes, 3 laps, and the field is destroyed. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Actually, he caught himself up in it. Actually, does he? No, it was air. Oh, let's be honest, it was air. Air is what turned the 21. So I wouldn't put it all. I wouldn't put it on the 21. That's just air got him loose, and then that's what took them both. So Daniel Hemrick? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Holy smokes! Absolutely wild. Even Daniel Hemrick is tired of Fox broadcasting. He destroyed their camera because of it. Daniel Hemrick said, I'm done with Fox's terrible broadcasting. I mean, good grief, he spun on his roof and still came up to hit Hill. Like, Hill had stopped, and then on his roof he slides in and hits him. All right. Oh, yeah, the 26 is in it. He's toast. Oh, the 21's a little worse than I thought. I thought he was okay. That rear end is kind of falling off that car. Ooh, that was a really bad block by the 27. It made it work, but man, 27 has pushed his luck today. It may get him a win, but it may get him wrecked. I don't like either of those options, honestly. Man, Hill, you could hear him lift. Otherwise, he last lap again. He'll drive right through you there, and he should because it's the last lap. But all right, well. I can't tell. The running order is going to change. So as soon as they eventually unred flag this thing, Hemrick's going to go towards the back. Sieg is in it pretty hard. Yeah, Sieg is toast. So I think Moffitt's not going to be 17th. I think he's going to actually be closer to the top 15. But he's going to go get... Car exploded on pit road. What? Hold on, what? Joey Gase exploded, apparently. How bad? Fox, are you going to talk about this? This seems like something that needs to be talked about. Nope, we're not going to talk about it. Back to commercial. Let's make sure that's real. I don't see anyone else reporting on that. So let me wait and see on that one. I saw the one you posted, but I don't see anyone else posting about a car on pit road having that issue. So I need to confirm that. I don't see anything yet. Yeah, nothing from Twitter on Bob or Jeff Gluck or any of those guys, so... The good news is Josh Bilicki said he thought it was going to hurt a lot worse than it did, and his whole car on the rear end was destroyed. So the good news is this car is doing its job. It's absorbing the impacts, and the drivers are not getting hurt. The cars are getting mangled, but as far as I can tell, every driver has gotten out of the car today. So don't get me wrong, we never like to see crashes this bad, but, and there's the big but there, everyone has gotten out of the car safely today. That is a very good sign. Like I said, I firmly believe this is the safest car in NASCAR. The Xfinity car currently is safer than the trucks and the Cup car. All right, Herbst is out of the care center. Another tough day for him. Oh, gosh, what are the points as they run? 12th is now Sam Mayer. Huh. Parker would be in. Oh, Jevett up to 13th. Good run. Okay, let's show the wreck here. Oh, man, Riley Herbst just did not lift. Holy smokes. If you guys see the Riley Herbst hit, that was harsh. Watch that. If you watch that wreck again in slow-mo, watch the 98 just full speed it up into the high lane like he was going to go around it at full speed and just T-bone the 11. Oof, that was harsh. Well, it looks like it's going to be another hour before we go green. I'm just kidding. It may not be that bad, but... Man, I hate to kick him while he's down kind of thing, but that's on Hemrick, man. You got to be better than that. Creed did nothing? I don't know about nothing. It was definitely Hemrick on the block. It's mostly on Hemrick. That being said, once the car starts getting hit, did it really help Creed to just turn him? Or would it have helped to just push him and then get another run? You know? Because now you got to restart up front with damage. So I don't know if that's going to help him in the long run. So Joey Gay said he had a flat tire. Okay, so at the moment, of course he would throw the worst block. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't good. Certainly not good. Ryan Sieg getting interviews for all the wrong reasons every time. Now, looking at how they all limped around and got from place to place, obviously Hemrick, Sieg, and Hill all have damage. Moffitt has damage. The 19 has some damage. The rest of those cars, I think, are out. All these cars down here are, I believe, out. So guys like Derek Krause, if they're still just one lap down, they're going to be able to gain a bunch of those spots. But that means Moffitt's going to be able to come in, fix some damage, and start somewhere in the 15th. Obviously, his chance for the win is probably all but gone. But that being said, his chance for salvaging a solid finish is still very much an option. So there is some good news there. Brennan Poole's running 4th. Kyle Sieg 5th. Greg Alding 7th. Josh Williams 8th. Garrett Smithley 9th. Like, we got a whole new cast of characters up front now. There's probably only about 20 cars left at this point, Nicholas. I think there's only about 20. Yeah, okay, Hamrick. There you go, boys. Down there, Hamrick's a little frustrated about not getting cut a break. Yeah, you're asking him to cut a pretty big break when you weren't even clear when you came down. That's, you were quite a ways from just a simple break. Okay. All right, so they're not at the choose, but they are rolling again. So now that everything's rolling, we'll have at least a little bit of a scoring update. They're going to go to a quick commercial. I will as well as I try to search through Twitter and find something. I'm just going to throw it here. I'm going to get a drink of water as well. So I'll be right back, about 30 seconds. All right, still waiting as they're sitting under commercial. But as the cars are circulating under caution, Brett Moffitt is in 12th, according to the official timing and scoring. A lot of cars done for the day behind him, so there may only be like 11, 12 cars left on the track, especially on the lead lap. So he may be in better shape than we thought. Yeah, it looks like there was definitely a chemical issue. It obviously, I don't know, they haven't touched on it on the broadcast yet, but it may not be as severe as originally reported on Twitter, so it could be a little different. All right, so only 18 cars on the lead lap, and of those 18 cars, a bunch of them have damage. So we're talking like 15 competitive cars at the restart point. Oh, the lights are out? Are they coming to the restart? I can't tell. Okay, yeah, they are coming to the restart. Okay. I wouldn't mind if Jeb and Creed got together a little bit, and then it's just a shootout between Kligerman, Poole, Sieg, Galding, Smithley, like just a giant battle of the nobodies. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jones is in a JRM car, but let's be honest here, he has not been good at all. So I just think it would be kind of funny. Yeah, we can see Kyle Sieg win before Ryan Sieg. What would that look like? All right. Somebody's getting a first win today, I got a feeling. Only one that wouldn't be is Jeb Burton or Brandon Jones. It's going to be one of them, I think. All right, here they come. Off to the restart they go. 2 by 2 down into turn 1. Still 2 by 2 up front. Pretty equal, solid pushes there. Those front two definitely are the ones doing all the pushing. Not a lot of help further back. All right, down the backstretch, side by side. Creed did not... Good job on Burton not blocking there. There was definitely no room for that block. So it's Creed, Kligerman, coming around to the white flag. Oh, we got a caution. What's the caution for? Oh, that's askew. I think he's done. That is all sorts of crooked. Well, if I'm, honestly, if I'm NASCAR, I'm parking the 21, not out of penalty, just like, hey, your car's damaged. We're not going to bother restarting you. Just, you're done here. I think that's a fair thing. I think he was on the damage clock anyway, so I think he's done because he caused a second caution on the damage clock, so. All right, I guess we're going to do it again. Are they already re-racked? At the time of caution, it shows Brett Moffitt in 8th, Cole Custer in 6th. Very interesting. Couple of Fords starting to make their way forward. I thought it was going to be the Austin Hill 300 too. I thought he was going to dominate with how fast they were, and boy, have I been surprised. That has been surprising to me is where they're at. So, all right, looks like as of timing and scoring, trying to wait and see if they're going to give us a call. The 19 is going to get the free pass. That'll put 19 cars on the lead lap. Well, looks like it's classic NASCAR. We're just going to wad up extra cars in extra time. Come on, NASCAR. Get your scoring straight so you can choose this lap. Honestly, just call it out. 2:27:48. Get in line now. 2:27:48. You're choosing at the line. Seriously, just call it. Just score them. This is where NASCAR drives me nuts. Like, it's not that hard. This isn't rocket science. Oh, they also had debris on the racetrack. Damaged vehicle policy is trash. Yes, I agree. However, that being said, I do think if NASCAR got rid of the clock and allowed them to fix it properly before allowing them to return to the track, would be better. So I would much rather see it where they're coming to the restart and the NASCAR says, no. This car, pull in. Right, what is the 21 doing on the racetrack? He's still running. Like, just pull the car in. I get what he's trying to do because he's going to finish, but I don't know. It just seems like a worst possible situation could happen here. They still haven't chosen yet. This is pathetic. It was literally debris. They should have already chosen by now. This is kind of NASCAR. I mean, like, are we really going to let the 21 go full speed around the racetrack like that? Like, that just doesn't... I mean, I guess if he's just going to ride back there, I don't care. If he's going to stay, way back of the field and just run 2 laps, or even run 1 lap and then pit, because you're going to be the last car on the lead lap anyway, because all that has to happen is he gets back around to the white flag before they get back around to the checker. So as long as they can do that, we're all right. But have they called the freaking order of the race yet? Good Lord, NASCAR! Timing and scoring on NASCAR's part has been horrible today. Like, seriously. It's been 3 laps. Line up. Don't you get my hopes up, Denny fan. Don't you do it! They haven't lined the cars up. They're not going to choose this round either. Oh, my word, NASCAR. They still haven't got timing and soaring scored. Oh my gosh! Utter incompetence. This is utter incompetence. Like, it's been 4 laps. Line the hell up. Good gosh. This is the kind of stuff that is just completely unacceptable. Like, we're just riding around because timing and scoring can't figure out how to read. Like, they have got to organize this stuff. You're a professional racing organization, and you're just wasting time. Good gosh. 3 hours and 20 minutes ago, they took the green flag. Good grief, guys. All right, are they lined up finally? Yeah, if you're low on fuel, which Jeb Burton would be one of them. Now I don't know how much he would be low because he's gone 25, 35, almost 40 laps, so they're not even there yet. But we're finally to the choose rule, and it'll be Jeb Burton out front. Completely unacceptable on NASCAR's part to take this long to get things lined up, but they did finally line it up. So it took them long enough, but they did finally get the job done. Interesting combination here. So Custer and Moffitt went low. I like that call, though. A couple of Fords down low just committed to pushing each other. Actually, I am looking forward to that as well. I like the bottom lane right now. I mean, the bottom lane consists of Creed, I believe it's Poole, Custer, Moffitt. Top lane is Burton, Sieg, Kligerman, Smithley. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, I got 3 Fords on the inside. The leading Ford is not who we would have expected, that's for sure. Coming to the green flag. Finally. Green flag back in the air. Couple of tandems down low there. Coming back around to the white flag. Two in the 48 behind the 27. Creed's going to have a run. Cole Custer has found his way all the way to the top 5. Jeb Burton still got all the lanes blocked. Creed's going to have another run at him, though. Creed's going to have a shot here. Jeb Burton got it. Wow. Moffitt's crashed. Yeah, I saw it. The 51 went from bottom to top and just wiped him out, but it is what it is. First win for Jordan Anderson Racing. Joey Gase with a top 10. Josh Williams with a top 10. Brett Moffitt's crashed, unfortunately. Another junked race car. What a bummer. Great run for those guys up top. Cole Custer got back up to fourth. I think Moffitt had damage. He couldn't stick with him. How do I feel? I mean, he stayed out front. Here's the thing. He pulled
spectacular race in the world.
What the hell? Did my stream just die? Oh my gosh, it just killed my stream. What the hell? Oh, gosh dang it. What is it doing? What the hell's going on? Did it reconnect? Hello? Hello? Is it back? Well, they tore up all but about 5 cars. Who's the yellow one that got just straight up dumped at the end? All right, can you all hear me? Is it back? Can anybody hear me? Hello? Is it back? Okay, it is good. All right, I don't know what happened. The stream just literally disappeared off my screen, so Chrome had an issue, but it's good. It's back. Okay, yeah, so Jordan Anderson Racing getting their first career win. I mean, hey, he got the job done. Probably didn't make any friends today, wrecked a lot of cars, but hey, he's got the win. He's in the playoffs, so you can't even be that mad at him. He did what you had to do. Oh my gosh, I just realized that's going to bump. Who's out now? Sam Mayer's now out of the playoff. Well, actually, he's 13th in points. He was running up there anyway. So, pretty good race overall. Jordan Anderson Racing brought some rocket ships today, too. Those cars were fast. They definitely had some good cars. Josh Williams coming home with the top 10. Gray Galding. Joey Gase, I thought he was done. He got 9th. Look at that. That's right. They're going to get some playoff money for that team as well. That's, again, good. And here's the other thing. They're going to be able to take this type of a race and use some funding to go get high quality cars. Build, really good cars for the playoffs. So everyone seems to have made it through okay. Looks like Smithley ended up wrecked at the last lap. What a bummer. I don't know. It's Talladega, guys. Why can't Creed just win? He's got bad luck on his side. Let's see. Yeah, Creed ended up second. He just couldn't get enough of a push. Every time that somebody got to his bumper, they just didn't give him enough of a run. Like I said, that 27 was fast. He won stage 2. That was a fast race car. Qualified in the top 10. So they definitely had a good car there. So congrats to the Jordan Anderson. They're in the playoffs. That's awesome. Tonight. The 2 comes home second tonight. Nighttime. The good news is, guys, Sheldon Creed is 8th in points, so he's in a much better spot to make the playoffs this year. So that's a good thing to see. I guess he's 9th now. 10th because Sammy's below him in points too. So I guess he's actually pretty close to the cut line for what I thought. But Jordan Anderson gets that first career win. So the Dash for Cash moving to Dover. Parker Kligerman, Jeb Burton, Sheldon Creed, and Cole Custer. Wow. I'm going to pick Cole Custer for next week. That's the one I would probably pick. I think we could argue that the overtime could end. I mean, I think by the time it's all said and done, only 9 cars weren't crashed. I don't know. Do we really need that many crashed cars? You talk about saving money, and then we go out and tear up an entire field of race cars. Like, I don't know. I think I would have been okay with it ending. It didn't change a ton of the running order, really. Cole Custer moved forward a little bit, but it did crash Kyle Sieg and a lot of other good cars here, so I don't know. It's unfortunate. So next Saturday is when we'll be streaming the Xfinity race. Cup race tomorrow at 2, I believe it's at 2 p.m. So go ahead and stop on in. Say hi tomorrow as we stream the Cup race. I'd be lying if I said I had higher hopes for tomorrow, but I don't. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We will